just say that Steve Martins is a bit smaller.
A foot. That's all.
Now the Blues. Martins. Hit by Johnson again. Lowe and Johnson are going to go right in front of the bench. Reed Lowe says that's enough of you picking on Steve Martins. Reed Lowe and Matt Johnson, who again is 6'5", 235. Don't take any liberties, says Reed Lowe. And this is quite a tussle. Not too many punches thrown, however. Whoa! Nice right from underneath. Seems to bloody Johnson a bit. Johnson trying to brave it out now. Lowe hammers him down. And Reed Lowe feels he has a victory, and so does this crowd, and so does Steve Martins.
Reed Lowe had a big fight the other night against George LaRocque of the Edmonton Oilers on Thursday night. Tonight he keeps it going. As you said, he's sending a point here to Matt Johnson. And you see here's the big hit on Martins. And that's exactly what Reed Lowe was watching, saying, hey, we're not going to do this here. He knocked him down again. Reed Lowe went right after him. They dropped their gloves and went at it, and clear-cut decision there to Reed Lowe. So that should spark this crowd. That should spark this Blues Hockey Club.
Back to Zoltan. Here is Cliff Ronning. His shot knocked down in front. Rebound, a save, a second save, and the puck comes loose. Here come the Blues. Ruchinski. Ronning, who used to play with the Blues. Left wing to Loxonen. And a glove save by young Curtis Sanford. And now only 10 seconds to go in the 5-minute major to Al MacInnis. Ken Wilson, Bernie Federko, and we welcome Noel Picard, one of the all-time greats here in Blues history. And we'll get a chance to talk to Noel.
Now look at this save here. Look at the right pad of Sanford. Jim Dowd all by himself on the corner of the crease, and a big save there, and then the big glove there of Sanford. So he has looked very, very good in the early part of this game.
Of course, we didn't do that with Al MacInnis out of the lineup right now. The Blues really are going to have to play this very physical. They're going to have to go after the Wild, and they have to find a way to score some goals. So again, we're going to probably see a physical game for the rest of the way, but the Blues are going to have to be very careful. They can't continue to take penalties.
To Finley. He'll fire it in. Eric Nicklaus is a healthy scratch. Here we go. Dowd and Drake. Jim Dowd and Dallas Drake, two veterans.
I think these teams really don't like each other, Kenny.
Well, we know this is the second time they've played each other this week. The Blues haven't won against Minnesota in the last 5 meetings. So, yeah, I know the Blues are unhappy. Drake getting a couple of shots in. It's not pretty when you hit the side of that helmet with your knuckles. I know that much. And they just let him go. Boy, what a great Saturday night we're having here at Savvis Center.
The Blues, I think, showing their displeasure right now, the way things have gone for them against the Minnesota Wild the last couple of games. The suspension of Tkachuk, and now with Al MacInnis being tossed from this game. And you can see here on the right side here, cross-checking both Drake and Dowd giving to each other. And Dowd dropped his gloves first, and Dallas Drake is not going to back down at all. So the two of them are going off. I would assume they're both going to get 5-minute majors.
That is the case. Dowd and Drake just 51 seconds into the second period. He stopped the Beaker score on the rebound. Oh, baby! The Blues' first power play, and they score to take the lead 1-0.
Pavel Demitra coming off in a 3-assist performance on Thursday night against Edmonton. Gets a big goal here. This is the line that has to do it. Ruchinski, Demitra, and Mellanby. Mellanby with the shot, Demitra with the rebound. Pavel Demitra is 9th overall in the league in scoring, gets his 71st point. But you'll see here, Demitra sets it up, and then he just follows us in for the rebound and just puts it in behind Rollinson on the rebound. So a big, big goal for Pavel Demitra. The Blues draw first blood. They lead 1-0.
How about 18 points in the last 11 games? He is shots are 9-7 in this game, favoring Minnesota. Here's a shot by Havanoff blocked after the big Podine hit on Gaborik. Now a 2-on-1 in front, and Walls has a backhander go wide. The Blues have been doing all they can to hammer away at young Marian Gaborik in this game. Now both teams are changing. Here's Gaborik with Walls in alone, a shot. The save, rebound, another save. Curtis Sanford, 2 great saves.
Wow, 2 great saves. The last one on the rebound by Gaborik. But the Blues caught on a line change, and a good play by Rolison. You see they move it up. Look at the shot by Walls. The puck comes loose here, and right there, right before Gaborik got his stick on it, it was Sanford able to get the pad down. But here it is from the net cam. Watch this. Watch how it sneaks through just before Gaborik gets it. The right pad comes down.
It was a little more deliberate than I did the first time. And of course, that gets you to remembering that referees get one look and only one look.
Yeah, that's true.
It's funny how it looks different if you see it a few times. In front. Oh, Sanford makes the save and grabs the rebound. Curtis Sanford is wowing this crowd tonight. The 23-year-old in only his 6th NHL game.
He's been very steady. Has not had to be spectacular, although he made a great save on Gaborik. But here the puck bouncing an awful lot. And again, the give and go. Cliff Ronning with the shot. The puck ended up down on the ice. And we'll probably get a better look from the net cam as you see the puck bouncing an awful lot. And the give and go. So good job by Sanford. This is exactly what the Blues wanted, is a spark, and he certainly has done that.
Goes high, may have deflected off Mitchell. Puck goes down into the Blues zone. They're changing. Dupuis, man in front. Zoltak, great save. Curtis Sanford, he robs. He absolutely robs Sergei Zoltak at point-blank range. Drake centers. The play broken up. They stop with 1:15 to go. Curtis Sanford once again comes up big.
This hard shot by the Blues went all the way around the glass. You see the changing of the Blues. Now this becomes a 2-on-1. Dupuis with a nice pass to Zoltak right there, and what a save by Sanford. And I really like the way he plays, is because he's very square to the shooters all the time. Look at how he squared his body up. He doesn't do anything fancy, just squares up. I like the way he handles the puck. Nothing fancy, and that's what he's been doing, and that's why he's getting the job done.
It was high and over the glass. 9 seconds to go in the Barrett Jackman penalty.
There's Curtis Sanford, 17 saves, we told you, in the first 2 periods. Another one in this period, but he's been really very steady, very square. A couple of great saves that he's made, and very confident. And that's what's so great about him, is that he's not doing anything fancy. He knows that he can make the saves. He's really anticipating the play, and he's been absolutely outstanding without being fancy.
Yeah, you know, he just stays in front of the puck.
Yep.
Flips Matt Johnson. Behind the center, puck knocked away. Oh, it comes high in the air. And is it over the line? No. The goal judge says no. The referee says no. And look out. Things are going to fly here. Minnesota somewhat frustrated. You can see that puck burning in the air, just worried where it might come down. But the referee very clearly says no goal. That's Stephen Walcom. So the Blues lead it 1-0. 9:09 to go in the 3rd period. Look yet. Never fear. Hendrickson wins the draw. Hart with a punt. And he's taken out by Jackman. Here's Brunette. A pass knocked away and cleared but not out. Sekerash, nice pass. Shot right on. Sanford to save on Richard Park. Very nice pass over to Park there. Well, Minnesota, Bernie, moments ago came close.
Now, Stephen Walker said he had a good look, and here it is. You can see the puck clearly right on that post, so that's really a good look at it. There's no way that went in down. You see with his hands up, but here, a good look at it. It's probably going to come in right off this post here. There it is, and Sanford got his glove over, so that's a big save for Curtis Sanford.
Again, we're down to 7 minutes to go in the 3rd period. Blues steal in front. Dimitri shoots, he scores! Corey Stillman sets up Pavel Dimitra, and he has 2 very large goals, and the Blues lead it 2-0. nothing.
That's a huge goal for the Blues right there. And again, Pavel Demitra, what a shot. One-timer with a wrist shot off a great play by Corey Stillman, and the Blues have not had many chances at all, and boy, what a chance here, and what a rocket by Demitra. So a 2-goal lead is a lot better right now as Pavel gets his second of the night. But here, again, the turnover in the corner, Demitra moving into the slot, and a quick shot that beats Rolison. The Blues only 15 shots on goal, but they have 2 goals.
Remember, they had a 5-minute power play. In front, Sanford to save on Marian Gaborik.
Well, the crowd again, another ovation. You got to be sitting on the bench right now because all the Blues players have got to be excited as heck, and you got to believe that Joe Quenneville has got to be having the biggest smile on his face. Here's Gaborik trying to go right underneath. Sanford not able to get it underneath, but here you see the quick shot right down below by the blocker, and another huge save by Sanford.
From the face-off, Minnesota second straight win, ending the Minnesota Wild's 3-game winning streak. And a shutout tonight for 23-year-old netminder Curtis Sanford. He gets back-to-back wins. He throws his stick high in the air, and our Budweiser player of the game is Curtis Sanford. Boy, what a night for him. He was absolutely terrific. His first career NHL shutout.
And when you the way you look at things right now, he stole this game for the Blues. I mean, he came in and the Wild really had the better of the chances. He was really big, made all the big saves, got the offense going again. Pavel Demitra, another great game with 2 goals, but you have to really say to this young man, well done. He picks up his second win in a row. Now he has 3 National Hockey League wins, has not lost a game in the National Hockey League, and he deserves that salute, and the fans have given him another ovation. But what a great win for the Blues here. They really showed their heart tonight, and now they're tied with the Detroit Red Wings for first place in the Central Division.
That's right. The Blues at 80 points with Detroit and Colorado. Only Dallas at 87 points and Vancouver at 86 have more points than the Blues. So the Blues next game Tuesday night against Nashville. They win it tonight 2-0. For Bernie and Dan, I'm Ken Wilson. Thanks for joining us. We'll be along on Fox Sports Net at 7 o'clock Tuesday night. Pre-game show brought to you by Auto Tire at 6:30. The Blues post-game show is coming up next on WB11. Demitra scores twice. Sanford throws a shutout. The Blues win it 2-0. In front, the save, rebound. The save, rebound, another save. Curtis Sanford. Oh, Sanford makes the save. Man in front, Zoltak, great save. Curtis Sanford, and what a save again. Curtis Sanford, he gets back-to-back wins. He throws his stick high in the air. Might well have. He was knocked down by Salvador, I believe. So that was unfortunate. And Nashville has the lead. Mellanby to Demitra. He shoots, he scores! And that's fortunate. Oh, baby. He has the Blues' last 3 goals. And it doesn't take long. The red-hot Pavel Demitra ties it at 1.
And is he ever hot? But this is the nicest thing you got. When you're a left-hand shot, usually you're used to playing against a goaltender that catches with his left hand. Well, Bethune catches with his right hand, and this makes it a lot easier shot for a left-hander. And that's where Pavel was able to put it right up underneath the crossbar. And this is just a great shot. Pavel Demitra is one of the best wrist shots in the game of hockey, and he showed us why there with that quick shot.
Salvador battling in the corner. Now here's a shot, and it bounds away from Sanford, but he's able to recover. Close call. Clark Wilm over there in the corner letting her go. First period, it's 1-1.
Here's a close call. You see this puck bounce right up over the shoulder of Sanford and then out the other side. And we saw the post get hit 3 times by the Minnesota Wild the other night. And there
Now Delmore a shot that deflects wide. Walker on the rebound, a shot caught and held by Curtis Sanford.
Good work by the Predators keeping the puck in, and Delmore is very dangerous when he shoots from the point. This one deflected behind the net, but Delmore already with 18 goals on the year leads all NHL defense. You see the deflection, and Walker just tried to wheel us around. I believe it would have went wide, but a good job there by Sanford just to grab a hold of it as it was headed towards the far corner.
Deflects off Salvador. Johnson to the point. Delmore and Petrov centering, and Finley ends up on top of the puck. And there are 35 seconds to go in this Nashville man advantage.
Great defensive play by Jeff Finley, because Walker was all alone in front. Watch Walker here. If the pass gets through, Walker was by himself right there in the crease, but Finley with the sliding move there and just got underneath it. Petrov was going right through to Walker, so a big defensive play by Jeff Finley.
March 28th. Justin Papineau at his own end loses the puck, tries to get it back, comes loose. Here's a shot and a glove save on that wicked drive off Dennis Peterson. Or check it, make it Adam Hall who had that shot for a 22-year-old out of Michigan State.
And Adam Hall 16 goals on the season, which leads or is tied for the lead with all rookies in the league. Quick little shot there. You see Sanford with the big mid up there, head for the top right-hand corner of the goal. So again, good positioning, good squareness by Sanford.
Adam Hall at this time last season was playing at Michigan State. Puck comes loose. Sanford the save, rebound, scratched into a shot, and it goes over the net and over the glass and out of play. Close call there.
Very close, too close. Puck just scrambling around. But it didn't end up in the net. Here you see how the puck is poked loose. Everybody in the crease, the puck just out front there. Sanford able to just push it up, and then the shot by Scraston's really high and wide of the net.
Walker. Oh, and Holder stopped. What a save by Curtis Sanford. Now a penalty coming up against the Blues. Holder over to Hulls. That shot goes wide, goes high, and the puck over the glass. So with 15:38 to go in the third period with the game tied at 1, Curtis Sanford and the Blues are going to be shorthanded. We get a hooking penalty here.
Now this is a real nice play by the Predators coming in, and the good news was this is Bill Holder, who scored 1 goal this season, coming in. Good position. You see how the step from side to side by Curtis Sanford made this pad save with his right pad, but now be off for a hooking.
4 with 2 shots. And the shot by Delmore gets loose. Oh, baby, what a glove save by Curtis Sanford on Vladimir Orzog. He thought he had broken the tie.
This puck came right back out into the slot, and Orzog really in a good spot to just shoot it quickly. But here it is, Delmore with a quick shot high. You see Sanford not able to hang on to it. Still in good position. The quick shot right into his glove. So what a save by Sanford. Look at this here. Quick reaction. Look what I got.
Size through Adam Hall. Andy Delmore moving into Adam Hall. Back for Orzog in front. Little backhander. And right at the post. Sanford able to make the save.
Good position again by Sanford. Again, not moving, not over committing early, as he just held his ground by the near post and then just went down to make the save. Right there as Orzog came out of the corner, but you see his right pad is right against the post. You'll see it good from the overhead, and then he just keeps himself against that post and hangs on so that no rebound comes out. So good move there by Orzog and a good save by Sanford.
Greg Johnson cannot win the face. The Blues have a total of 24. The Blues have won the first 5. Can they win this one? Salvador ahead to Papineau. He's got a breakaway. Justin Papineau shoots. He scores! The youngster Justin Papineau wins it in overtime. The Blues get the extra point. They beat the Predators 2-1. Oh, baby, what a finish. Justin Papineau, the big goal. For Dan and Bernie, I'm Ken. The post post-game report on Midwest Sports Report is next.
Just a shade under that, 19.3%. So an outstanding power play led by number 2, their captain right now, Al MacInnis. Here he is.
He's got the puck, winds and scores! I think it was tipped by Mellanby in front. It's a power play goal. 10 seconds into the power play, and the Blues take the 1-0 lead.
Well, the penalty killing on the road from Phoenix is ranked 15th at 83%. Here's the shot, and it's deflected off the toe of, looked like it was the toe of Langkow first, and then through the legs. Oh, and then twice. Yeah, definitely. Mellanby was the second guy. It looked like it went off his shin pad as well. A 1,000-game player in the National Hockey League. 1,000 games, an incredible feat. And Brad May's on the other side. Buckforders have a more expanded role here, and he's doing well with it.
Boganicki, backhand, forehand, tipped it in! And the Blues lead 2-0.
Last 10 games before this one, Boganicki had 2 goals. We just showed you earlier the chance that he had on the odd man break. Here he gets a little break as well. Good stripping of the puck there by Stillman. Boganicki fires this one right off the handle, and the glove of Brian Boucher. It didn't appear to tip. With Stillman in front of the net, Boganicki makes a move to his forehand, and right between the blocker and the side of the body, where you hold your stick with the blocker.
Stillman gets to it, checked by Buchberger. And just a blown tire by Nagy, just wiped out at center ice. Still leads to that. Vananen, a little knuckleball shot. And Curtis Sanford will hang on to that one.
It's a good save by Curtis Sanford because the hands are there, and now Brad May here. This would be an interesting scrap, I'm telling you right now. Barrett Jackman, he can really throw him. He's just as tough as nails. Good old-fashioned stay-at-home kind of guy. Won't back down from anybody. And his players admire the fact that he's an accountable guy. Brad May looking to stir it up. And he's chirping at the referee here. The future unrestricted free agent at the end of the year makes $1.2 million right now. And he's getting, it looked to me like that was an unsportsmanlike conduct minor penalty. It's going to be a power play. St. Louis already leading in this game. And here's the replay of the save. Vananen's shot hit the shin pad, and then see the hands? Woo! Good little hands there, crossing over like a baseball player. A little shortstop, moving the hands around, catching it.
Not good enough. Cycle down deep. Here's Stillman. Oh, and cross and score! Scott Mellanby, second of the night. Tic-tac-toe, 3-0 Blues.
What a play by Stillman. I mean, it's funny. Stillman's name's been thrown around in several rumors because he's a $2.1 million a year player. Oh, these are hands right here. Good patience shown by 61 Stillman. Made a little move. Got the defenseman Simpson here to overcommit and then played it through the seam because Teppo Numminen had already been overly aggressive up high. And so there's no one over there. Far side, except for the right-handed Mellanby, who got down on the one knee, made sure he corralled it. Good.
Gives up the comparison of Raymond Bourque. That, of course, was a fairy tale. Nagy lets it fly. And the save there by Sanford, even better, there's no rebound.
Boy, Nagy had Danny Markov flying down the left side. Markov's frustrated. He went to the bench at the defenseman. On the top part of your screen is going to come. He's going to come in right there. That was Markov, and he couldn't believe he wasn't getting a return pass. Nagy looked him off, though. Look at the way Al MacInnis played that situation. That's a perfect situation in Phoenix's third odd man break of this hockey game. St. Louis has had one conversation today, but obviously they're doing it right now, and there's going to be a scrap right off.
Here we go. Reed Lowe in the white.
You bet.
And that's Nazarov in the green. Couple of heavyweights doing battle.
Nazarov's a tough cookie, and so is Reed Lowe. But there's a purpose to this fight. And this is the reason why there's fighting in the NHL. Nazarov's getting challenged here because of what happened with that hit, that blow to the head of Corey Stillman in the far corner. Hey, height-wise, these guys are very comparable.
Yep.
Lowe is 6'4", 215 from Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. And Nazarov's from Chelyabinsk, Russia, 6'5", 240.
This is an official heavyweight bout, guys. You don't see two heavyweights often go at it. There's always a middleweight who's game and ready to go. But to see two heavyweights do battle, Nazarov is accountable. Back on the ice, ready to go. And Reed Lowe makes him accountable. Make sure he is.
Now, savvy move by Joel Quenneville as well to make sure that he gets the right guy on the ice to be able to make a point. Because here's Stillman looking around, looking down. He's looking down. He doesn't suspect this. I tell you, the more I look at this, the more I can't stand it. And then here we have right off the face-off. Look at Nazarov knew right away. He walked right over. There's some communication. Eyes are looking. Nazarov knew, obviously, when Lowe came onto the ice. And
no stranger to the penalty box, either of those players now. Power play underway, that mini 24-second power play. And Boucher will steer it to the corner. 14 seconds left now on the extra penalty to Dimitrov. Good pass by Amonte. Gets the return feed. There's the shot. Traffic. Sanford looked behind him, but he had it the whole time. Maybe his best save of the night.
Boy, that is a good one right there. He really came out there. Amani is known as a shooter, although his shooting percentage this year is the worst of his career, not getting any breaks at only 7.8%. This one here, Amani made a real good decision after the pass, came to the middle of the ice, just let her fly. And it went right between the arms. You know how many times that puck ends up between your arms and trickles in the net, hits the knob of your stick, rolls off the rear end and goes in? Well, this one here, it goes between his arms. Look at it, it lands on his right part of his thigh and stays on the pants.
You're kind of caught in the middle. What do you do? And that's something, fortunately, you don't have to deal with almost assured of the spot.
Well, that's a hard thing. I mean, you're right. It's tough to deal with. They're good holders. I think they're right in it.
And one hat goes flying. Maybe some more will come down once they realize that Scott Mellanby likely has his first career hat trick in his 1,209th career game. A couple of hats have come down, but they haven't made it onto the ice.
That is just driving to the net. This is one of the real good trades, Larry. It's worked out probably better than you could even imagine when you acquired Mellanby.
Tremendous person, you know, just really a leader, a true leader on and off the ice in all areas.
Does he have a bonus for hat tricks?
Because you know that's what's going through his head, right?
I was thinking, how many goals did he score here?
First goal, his third of the game, marking his first career hat trick in 1,208 NHL games, scored by number 19, Scott Mellanby.
Standing ovation, and now the hats come out.
Assisted by number 2, Al McInnes.
Brian Boucher is waving to the officials for a whistle with all the hats on the ice.
13.
And only now do we get a whistle. It's up for the fans to enjoy it because Al McInnes shot the puck. It was tipped by someone in front. And, of course, now they're finding out, which you already knew,
Well,
Scott Mellanby, career hat trick.
It's great that he's got the hat trick. It's great that they announced it, but during play, this is a tough call right here. Throwing the hats during the play, somebody, you know, it can happen so easily. Somebody just steps on a lid. Bad timing, I think, for the announcement.
Well, I think what happened, what Steve said, was the fans didn't realize that it was a hat trick and it was Mellanby, and now they do.
And you have 2 or 3 really astute fans in the building who knew right away, but their arms weren't good enough to get the hat over the glass and onto the ice.
I tell you what, Al McInnes did a great job of keeping this puck low. I marvel every time I see Al with the curve on his stick, but his ability to keep it low when necessary, with that puck bobbling the way it is, good job by Mellanby, driving hard to the net as he's done all game long.
And it's a rare power play hat trick, all 3 goals coming on the power play for Scott Mellanby. One of the real good guys, real good character, leader. And he picks up his first career hat trick. Congratulations to him.
Was he a trade deadline guy?
No, it was 2 years ago in February.
In February.
Middle of February.
Well, the crowd really showing their appreciation as they have all year long for this club that, can we safely say that this has been overachieving is a hard word, I know, because it seems like there's only emotion game by game, but this year with Pronger being out and the injuries that you've had to sustain, it's just amazing that you're battling. If you win tonight, only 2 points back in Detroit, and you play them tomorrow night.
Well, I say the players have really, and the coaches have kind of put those things out of their mind. And
Mike Johnson at 9:18, and it's a one-goal hockey game with the Blues on a double power play. 4-minute power play for St. Louis. Here's Havanoff now. Lets it go through traffic and trickles in. Scott Mellanby making 4 goals for Mellanby. 5-3 Blues.
Great hand-eye coordination by Mellanby. And he's scoring all these goals in the dirty areas. That's what you love about this guy, boy. What a gamer. Right in front of the net. Driving to the front. Shot. Good setup right here. Usually it's McGinnis on that high side. McGinnis going to be to your right. This shot by Havanoff blocked by the goaltender. The rebound comes out. And Mellanby with his stick down at elbow level just taps it into the wide open net.
5-3 Blues. He's got 4 goals, Panger. All 4 on the power play.
Wow.
At center now. Every time the Blues jump back up by a couple, the Coyotes come back an inch closer. Let's see. Markov from the angle. That was behind. Sanford might have caught the pipe.
This is the first time that we're seeing Curtis Sanford give up a couple, and that one there was very fortunate that it didn't go in. So he's got to settle himself down, make a couple of big saves here. Only 8.5 minutes to go and a 2-goal lead.
If the Blues weren't thinking about Detroit at the game started, maybe when they had a 3-0 lead, they started thinking about tomorrow night's matchup with the Joe. Left in the third, in a 2-goal game. Scott Mellanby, first career hat trick. First career 4-goal game, obviously.
Yeah, driving hard to the front of the net. There's the puck up there after the blocker save. Now the rebound comes out. Boucher can't find it. Good hand-eye coordination. Bats it out of the air, right into the empty net. From our Southwest Airlines goal cam, we'll see Mellanby come in from the right. Now he's in the center, right there in the middle of the net. The Coyotes don't eliminate him. And that's Teppo Numminen right there on the doorstep. Good positioning there by Mellanby.
Left. Curtis Sanford figures to be under some pressure. Although nothing like the pressure he'll face if he goes as expected tomorrow night in Detroit. First taste of the Joe. The shot deflected wide. Again, the net is empty, and here are the Blues. Wide open, empty net, and Ruchitsky puts it home, and that'll seal the deal on this one. Empty net, goal. 6-3 Blues. Short-handed goal for Ruchitsky.
Tell you what, Corey Stillman, not selfish, fires it over to Ruchitsky, lets him score, and that has been something else. We see Dimitra and Mellanby on the bench. Empty net goal. There's a Stillman right there, knowing that Ruchitsky's going to have an empty net or better chance at it. I think Stillman's had one heck of a hockey game.
Off run would just about ensure a return for Chris Pronger. Final seconds will tick down on a night in which the story was Sean Burke playing in St. Louis as a member of the visiting team. Still a chance for him to wind up as a member of the home team here in St. Louis, but tonight belongs to Scott Mellanby. A 4-goal game as the Blues defeat the Coyotes 6-3. St. Louis will go into Detroit tomorrow night with a chance to tie the Red Wings. Avs and Flyers, great matchup Saturday night over on ESPN2 at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Next up, it's SportsCenter. Tonight's game has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com. For Darren Pang and our entire crew, this is Steve Levy. Let's send it back to Pam and Barry.
It can make a world of difference. It's something the Blues have had for 4 straight games. And it's all because of one man. But that confidence will get tested tonight as the Blues face hockey's hottest team in the biggest game of the season. It's a heavyweight matchup, and it's next from the Joe Louis Arena in Detroit on Fox Sports Net. Mitra. Yzerman has to contend with McInnes and does. Fedorov ahead to Lidstrom. It's a 3-on-2. Lidstrom in front. The save. Sanford. He's got the puck in the crease. And the whistle stops play. An odd man break there for the Detroit Red Wings.
Yeah, the Blues have got to be careful. This time Al McInnes caught a nice play by Yzerman in the Detroit zone that's set this up. Lidstrom down the left wing. Lidstrom forced to go wide and then make the pass, but you see how he had his head up the whole way, waited for the slide of Jackman, and this pass didn't quite get through to Shanahan, who was actually in the crease. You see there Shanahan, a good play by Sanford. He got the piece of that puck coming through the crease, poke checked it with his stick, otherwise it would have went to Shanahan. He came clean now and said he was married to Anna Kournikova, so I guess he's got a lot off his chest, and now he can just concentrate on playing, Kenny.
Now a fight breaks out. McCarty of Detroit, and there you see Salvador of the Blues, and not much happens there, though McCarty went down early, and a very quick bout between Darren McCarty and Bryce Salvador. Speaking of bouts, there's Joey Kosher, now an assistant coach with the Red Wings.
McCarty and Salvador just trying to change the complexion of this game. Get some adrenaline flowing back for the Blues, but you see McCarty and Salvador, they push each other. They must have talked about this before. Two big roundhouses being thrown there. I don't think anybody really got hurt on it. Looked like Salvador may have been cut a little bit on the one side of his cheek or the one side of his eye, but they're both going to get 5-minute majors, no damage done.
5:10, the time of the penalties. Salvador may have to go off for repairs. There's a fellow who looks like he's ready for anything. Chelios clears it out as he's hit hard by Drake. Who gets it? Hall. He's got Zetterberg with him and Datsuk. Look at the pass. What a save by Fred Brathwaite. And what a dandy pass by Brett Hull.
Everybody talks about Brett Hull's great ability to shoot the puck and score goals. Well, he can pass the puck. He's got a good set of hands as anybody I've ever met. And look at this nice play. Brett's on 599 assists, too. This would be looking for that 600th assist of his career. Here's a sweet little pass back against the flow. And a good hard shot by Datsuk and a great save there by Fred Brathwaite.
And it's Reed Lowe. He'll head up the ice. Lowe flips the puck in, knocked down neatly by Fedorov, who takes the feed from Shanahan. Shanahan from Fedorov, back for Fedorov, looking for 4, and the puck stopped by Brathwaite. Shanahan very generous, giving Fedorov the puck, looking for his 4th goal of the night.
Gave Fedorov 3 goals and an assist, and the kicker is that he scored the first one 45 seconds in, almost had a 4th right here. Good play by Fred Brathwaite to do the poke check there. Wasn't able to get the puck over top of Brathwaite.
Yeah.
He was hoping to get one, his first one. Well, boy, as he had a career, been absolutely spectacular.
Jackman a shot, rebound after the save, the Blues score. Sean Podine working with Nash and Lowe, and the shutout for Joseph has disappeared. It is 7-1.
Well, the crowd is going to give Joseph a good ovation here because he's been very good. And this line for the Blues, Nash, Podine, and Lowe had a lot of good scoring opportunities, and it's good to see that they cash in on one. But right off the face-off, the puck ends up at the point. Everybody goes to the front. You see the deflection here, and Podine able to knock that out of the air into the net to break the shutout bid for Joseph. To the fans.
No, that's important. And next December, the Coyotes will move into a new building there. Here's Dimitri. He's in alone. He shoots. He scores. Oh, baby. What a play. Pavel Demitra, who's been red hot lately, scores here at 18:45 of the 3rd period, and the Blues have their 2nd goal, but they're still down by 5.
Yeah, this one, Demitra right through the middle, and then just the quick little backhander. That's a very pretty goal. Joseph tried to stick check him here, but you see how he goes past Kuznetsov right here and then just throws it. It actually hit Joseph's stick as he was diving for it and then went over the shoulder. So Pavel Demitra keeps up his scoring streak.
Situation, and lots of times whatever you expect doesn't happen anyway, but you still want to get home ice advantage. You'd like to get a weaker team to play, and you certainly pay attention to what those premier teams have done with the trades and improving themselves. There's a shot. Where's the puck? The Blues score in a scramble, and Kiprusoff is surprised. The Blues work the puck from behind the net. The fans from St. Louis cheer, and the Blues take the lead 1-0.
First of all, I'm surprised that Kiprusoff is starting and not Nabokov. Secondly, Kiprusoff did not even see this puck. He had no idea where the puck was as the puck was put again, almost like a Pavel Demitra play, throwing it back towards the front against the flow. You see right there, and there the puck ended up, and there it just bounced in. I believe Barrett Jackman is probably going to get credit for it, but
or Anaheim or Edmonton. Let's look at that goal.
well, here's it from the overhead. There's Dallas Drake with the shot. You see how it is, and this is where Jackman comes in. Now, I don't know if he hit the puck or not, but it clearly, after you see he made the motion, the puck did cross the line, so he was the one that forced it. Now, realistically,
Blues with a puck, have it off. Now they're going to change the goal, and they're going to give it to Drake, as we suspected. That last replay made it look like the stick of Jackman probably didn't reach the puck, and that is the case. Here's Jim Fahey. His pass intercepted. 2-on-1. Boganicki over to Chyanik. Now to Stillman. He's in. He waits. He shoots. He scores! Corey Stillman, and the Blues have a 2-0 lead.
a very costly mistake by the Sharks here. You can't give up a 2-on-1. And an errant pass, I believe, by Fahey led to this one as the puck was intercepted. And a nice play here, giving it back to Stillman. But here it is, Boganicki across, Chyanik spotted Stillman. A nice move there on the forehand. So nice to see Peter Chyanik back, and that's a great play.
Third fewest wins and the third fewest points in the Western Conference. Marleau stopped. Johnson again. Up the boards, clears it out. Hannon will go back for the puck. The Blues coming into the period with 11 shots. They've not had a shot on goal in this period. San Jose has had 4. Backhander by Melleby. It's a skate. The shot. He score! Keith Tkachuk tips it in a scramble, and Tkachuk's goal makes it 3-0 Blues.
Again, here it is, a turnover in the zone, and this puck should have been out of the zone. And just good hard work by the Blues. Melleby with the shot. You see a nice little tip here, but Hannon's got to stay there in front with Tkachuk. You got to tie your man up. But here's Hannon. He's no match for Keith Tkachuk. Way too strong. And there's the puck, goes from Demitra to Tkachuk, and he buries it there. So the Blues with a 3-0 lead.
Against the Sharks, he's been very effective. Keith Tkachuk.
He's been pretty effective against most teams, but here it is, Melleby, and then good work there. You see Pavel Demitra doing all the work too, and on Jim Fahey, again, a young defenseman that the Sharks like a lot, but then he made a mistake in the first.
Hello. On with Dom Foose and Solani. Puck deep into the Blues end. Less than 10 minutes to go in the second period. Boy, how the complexion has changed. Marleau hit by Jackman. Now Dom Foose centers. Here's a chance, a shot, and somehow Johnson makes the save. Whoa, baby, he makes the save there on Jesse Fibiger. Jackman back. 4 seconds to go. Around for Podine. 1 second, and that'll do it. That is the end of the second period. Little shoving there. 23 is Dimitrakis. Game has gotten considerably more interesting after the 2 goals. Jackman and McLaren there. The 2 goals by San Jose to get them back in. And McLaren, of course, a big boy. He's 6'4", 225 and rugged. But we know already that Barrett Jackman is as tough as they come.
Yes, he is.
Now you see Al McInnes talking with the referee. He and Solani, they're the United Nations peacekeepers. And Sharky, the famous mascot, is there adding his 2 cents also. Available only at the game. Tickets available in all price ranges at all Ticketmaster outlets for Monday, March 31st. Stillman gets the puck out. Chianik picks it up. Harvey trying to stop him. They score. Oh, baby. What a pass. My golly, what a pass that was. Boganicki converts, but what a play by Peter Chianik. In his first NHL season, first game back from a broken leg, and an important goal to make it 4-2 Blues.
This is his second assist of the night, and Todd Harvey didn't do a very good job tying it up. Just let him make the pass, and you see there Boganicki not being picked up, and this is just great strength, and this is extra second effort, and what a play by Chianik, and the Blues lead by 2 again. That's a huge goal for the Blues.
Here's tonight's BMW big play.
This is a great play from Peter Chianik to Eric Boganicki, have given the Blues a 2-goal lead. What a sweet pass. Boganicki just had to redirect that past Kiprusoff. The Blues lead 4-2.
Take the puck. He cannot get it around Mike Ricci, who centers, and a shot. The save by Johnson. The puck knocked down by a high stick of a Blues player. And the whistle as Tkachuk touches the puck. And the clock ticking down. 4:37 to go in the third period.
Right off the shoulder of Brent Johnson. The puck rolling a little bit. You see Ricci throw it out and Hannon with a shot. Good reaction by Brent Johnson there. You see the high stick Keith Tkachuk hit it with. That's why the whistle went face off to the left of Brent Johnson. You see 18 saves.
The puck skips away. Now Poos looks to center. Can't. 5 seconds to go in the game. 3 seconds. And this one is over. The Blues get another victory here in San Jose. They win it 4-2. For Dan McLaughlin and Bernie Federko, I'm Ken Wilson. Thanks for joining us. Bill Malika, Tim Pabst, our crew, they do a great job as always. We'll be in Vancouver Thursday night, back with a complete post-game report. Time now for the Midwest Sports Report. Tkachuk back to the point to Doug Weight patiently. Now to Tkachuk in the corner. Stillman. Wait over here to Demitra. Straight away, McInnes, they score! May have been deflected. Tkachuk was right there. And the Blues with a power play goal tie it at 1.
The Canucks have really had trouble lately with their penalty killing. In fact, the last 3 games, they've given up 6 goals, 6 power play goals on 14 chances. But this is great puck moving, though. As you see, the quick one-touch passes, and that one deflected by Tkachuk in front past Skudra. No chance, but look at how quick this is. A good hard shot by McInnes. There's a deflection. Skudra, no chance. So the Blues scoring the power play, and they tie this at 1.
Now it's Henrik Sedin. Into the corner, Salvador and Daniel Sedin. Now loose in the opposite corner. Blues get the puck to center ice. Loose here for Stillman. 2-on-1. Sopel back to Chianik. In front, Stillman shoots and scores! Oh, baby! What a play! Stillman and Chianik. And Corey Stillman gives the Blues the lead with his 21st goal of the season.
Boy, what a play by Chianik. We talked about him in the open. He sees the ice so well. He moves up, and this is just a beautiful play. The Canucks get caught on a 2-on-1. Can't give up odd man rushes against good hockey teams. And look at this. Give and go. Chianik waited, and then made the perfect pass. And here it is, a good look at it. Almost deflected there by the defenseman Brian Allen coming back, but no chance there for Skudra. The Blues lead 2-1.
Jovanovski ends up with it for Vancouver. Ahead to Daniel Sedin. Canucks are changing. Sedin shoots the puck in. 10 seconds. The Blues will move on to power play. Tkachuk gives the puck to Havanoff. Tkachuk run into. He's hurt. Now they're going to go. Brad May and Salvador. Salvador goes right after Brad May. Tkachuk looks to be seriously hurt. He barely can get to the bench. And Salvador and May. There's Tkachuk. That looks bad. A mid-ice collision with that man, Brad May, newcomer back to Vancouver. The crowd on their feet. I've never seen the folks in Vancouver making so much noise. And the concern now has to be over that man, Keith Tkachuk, Bernie.
Yeah, this is like shoulder. He's holding his shoulder, and this is where you think, oh no, not a separated shoulder, not a collarbone injury possibly. And you can see that Joel is just fuming here. You see Tkachuk. Again, he was the last one to touch the puck, and was watching his pass, and this you see how he's watching his pass, and he gets hit, and his whole shoulder gets jammed right into his body. And you see Salvador come right after May. May knows someone's coming, but there was no call originally on the hit, and it was an open ice hit. And again, it was so close to being, again, Kenny, this could be an interference call because Tkachuk did have the last guy to touch the puck, but he was watching the pass as where it went, and that's when he got hit. And we'll have to wait and see. Let's just hope that this is not an injury to Keith Tkachuk because it does look bad right now.
Bure not dressed for the Blues, nor Tyson Nash and Ryan Johnson. Here's Clark, a shot right on. Johnson not sure, but he's got it in his pads. Now look out, here they go again. Low. He's got Brad May. He wanted him. He's got him. May is the Canuck player who caught Keith Tkachuk at mid-ice with that check. So May in the second fight since the check. The first, if you joined us late, with Bryce Salvador. Lowe unable to get an advantage that he would like to get in this situation. Oh, he comes with the left hand. Ooh, nicely with the left hand on Brad May, and they're just letting him go.
And don't be surprised if this is not the last time that Brad May gets into an altercation, because he's going to pay for that, and the Blues are going to continue to make him pay for that for the rest of this night and anytime they play him again. Now, that's just the way it is.
I understand Tuesday night that the Canucks will be in St. Louis.
Yes, they will.
Good fight for Reed Lowe, to say the least.
This is going to be interesting. Yeah, this is going to be interesting to see whether or not they give Lowe the extra minor here or not.
Well, we're beginning to have some fun now, kids.
Playoff hockey.
Oh, yeah. I don't mean to over-embellish blood by any means, but it's the game of hockey. It's been this way for a long, long time.
And if you watched some of the sports shows here in Vancouver last night and today, though, it was May had a couple of cuts, one in his eye and one in his nose. So whether or not this was just reopened, but you see right here, there it is, May and Reed Lowe, and you see Reed Lowe, they turned, faced each other. And right there, that shows that they both dropped their gloves at the same time, so there certainly shouldn't be an aggressor to this at all. This is probably going to be 5-minute minors again, and you can see Reed Lowe clearly got the better, but you see that's what, right now, that's what Mark Crawford, he wants the extra minor to go against the Blues, but he can't see the replay. If you see the replay, they both dropped their gloves at the same time.
Whoa, whoa. They're going to give another bench penalty to Mark Crawford. You're right. He's arguing that there was instigation there. And certainly, logically, you would think that Reed Lowe would have instigated that fight. But when you watch what happened, it doesn't appear that way.
Well, you know what? Here is where a coach has got to be a little more poised right now. This is the second time that Mark Crawford has been called for unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. And you know what? He's going to get tossed from this game right away if he doesn't watch it, because Dennis Leroux gave him the last call, and he's going to do it again.
Got some colorful language going. Oh, they're giving. Now he's gone.
There he is.
Adios. He is adios. He is gone. You could see, I'm sure, if you could read lips, what he was saying right at the end. And when he got done saying that, he is gone. Yep. So Mark Crawford has been ejected from this hockey game.
Yeah, you knew that was going to happen, because just the way he was totally out of control right there. You knew that was coming. So he is gone. And
yeah, I'm going to stay as a journalistic reporter. I'd like to see him back. We'd all like to see him back. But I'll say one thing. As Mellanby steals to Demitra, a shot, he scores! The Blues take the lead 3-2. Pavel Demitra continues to play great, and he gets another goal.
Well, this is a huge turnover from the Canucks. The Canucks had control of the puck, and they just gave it away. Both Demitra and Tkachuk now with their 30th of the season. But you see the forecheck by Corey Stillman, and he just lifted the stick, and then Demitra did the rest, and that puck just went right through the goaltender, Peter Skudra. So the Blues strike again, and they...
Now, here's a chance. Boganicki, bad angle, he scores! Oh, baby! He drills that sweetheart home, and the Blues lead it 4-2. At 4:59 of the second period. Eric Boganicki bags his 18th goal of the season.
Well, both defensemen here got caught. There's a look at Jack McElhargy. I don't know if he wants to pull a trigger on the backup goaltender, but look at the defenseman got caught and no one went. You see here, the angle was missed clearly by Skudra. He came out at the wrong angle. That was a good shot from that camera angle. He was way out to the left of the shooter, and Boganicki had a lot of room to put it to the far side, so the Blues with a 2-goal lead. They're showing us tonight, too.
Allen off the boards. Here's Sopel. He shoots. And Johnson right there at the post makes the save and smothers the rebound. And Jackman gets in a shoving match with Henrik Sedin. A couple of youngsters. Sopel has been in the middle of things, and Brent Johnson trying to gain that #1 job.
Yeah, good play by Sopel coming in from the right point. You see how the puck came wide. He just came right in. Good play by Johnson. You see how he just stood straight up and took that one right in the chest. And that's what you have to do in that situation, especially when you got a defenseman coming in. He's just going to blast it as hard as he can. 4-4 is the score. We're going to go to the overtime. The Blues going to overtime for the 20th time this season. Peter Skudra in goal for the Canucks, and it's Brent Johnson in goal for the Blues. You see the overtime records. The Blues are 1 game below 500. Vancouver is 4 games over. So this will be an interesting 5-on-5 was awful good. Kenny, can 4-on-4 be any better?
Oh, this could be wonderful. And it'll be wonderful if the Blues get the goal. The battle here for the extra point. Again, each team has a point. As Bernie points out, it's 4-on-4. This is a 5-minute sudden death period. The Blues playing the game in hand they have with Detroit. Demitra 2-on-1 with Jackman. The pass! And Jackman can't deflect the puck on net. Here's Stillman. Out to McInnes. He'll let her go right into Skudra, who makes the save and holds on. 2 wonderful opportunities for the Blues at the outset of the overtime.
Well, I would have liked to have seen Pavel Demitra shoot this one. Pavel Demitra has been so hot, one of the hottest players in the National Hockey League. He has a goal and assist tonight. Here's a 2-on-1. Malik not sliding at all, and he tried to make the pass across to Jackman. Got it in Jackman's feet, and then the pass here right in front to Al McInnes. Good save here by Skudra. And McInnes gets that a little higher. It might have went in, but I would have liked to have seen Pavel shoot it for the far side.
Blues get the puck to McInnes. He shoots off Cook high over the glass. Colorado won earlier at Columbus. So the Blues now are 2 points behind Colorado. If they can win, they'll be back to 1 point. The Blues now are 5 points behind Detroit. They'd like to get the extra goal, to get the extra point, to move to within 2 games of the Red Wings, or 4 points.
Yeah, absolutely. With 2 games against the Wings still at home. This is game number 70 for the Blues.
Wade is out there. So is Chyanik. Oh, McInnes' shot. Oh, the save and the rebound just gets away. Morrison up to Salo. The shot caught by Johnson. He leaves the puck for Jackman. Jackman a pass for Doug Waite. He's got Demitra in front of him. Waite works in. He's got McInnes looking. Waite stops. The shot by Demitra. The save. Skudra. Bertuzzi a pass for Sopel. Barely onside. Sopel a shot. Johnson a save, and Waite saves the day. The puck gets through Johnson, but Doug Waite, as it heads to the goal line, clears the puck away. 3:48 to go in the game. The Blues get the puck out. Malik will go after it. Both teams are changing. This sellout crowd on the edge of their seats here in Vancouver. 18,514. Their 27th straight sellout. Havanoff back for the puck. It's 4-4 in overtime. Chyanik finds Salvador. Salvador to Ruchinski around Jovanovski. Looking for Chyanik. Ruchinski still with a puck. Ruchinski centers off a skate. That's Malik. Here's Salvador. The Blues turn it on. Ruchinski shoots. Oh, Skudra makes a save. Now a 2-on-1. Naslund on the pass from Linden. The man back, Havanoff. The pass to Linden. He can't get a good shot. Chyanik takes his man. We'll go the other way. This was such a wonderful game for 60 minutes, and the overtime has not been disappointing. Here comes Stillman. He shoots. Skudra makes the save. Gets the puck up to Daniel Sedin. 2:42 to go. Over to Henrik Sedin. Sopel to the net to Daniel. He shoots. He shoots wide. The puck goes wide. The net comes loose. And there's 2:36 to go in the overtime period. Henrik Sedin complaining he thought the puck was in, but it clearly was not.
Yeah, there's no way that puck was even in the net. That puck went wide to the far side of the net, but a good play by the Sedins there. Nice pass across to Daniel. Tried to go at his backhand and stuff it by Brent Johnson, but you see clearly all the way across. Look at this hard pass and the deep drive here, but that puck just went wide to the far side before the net become dislodged. But here it is again. Look at this. To the backhand, goes wide, and then he runs into the net. So the faceoff comes outside the blue line.
Missed it by a mile. Oh, maybe a couple inches.
Yeah.
Now the Blues have the puck. This is Christian Laflamme on with Jeff Finley, Pavel Demitra, and Corey Still. Laflamme over to Finley. Now to Demitra. He's really the go-to guy. Malik takes the puck to Morrison. Laflamme has to watch Bertuzzi. Here's Malik. Shot blocked by Laflamme to Morrison. To Bertuzzi. Stopped by Stillman. Ahead to Demitra. Jovanovski back. Demitra. To Stillman. To Demitra. Puck doesn't get through. Good save. Scooter back the other way. Here's Ed Jovanovski. The Blues have plenty of men back. Jovanovski still with the puck. Chased by McInnes. Loose puck for Demitra. He turns it on. 2-on-1 with McInnes. Sammy Salo back. It's Demitra to McInnes. He shoots. Scooter the save. Here come the Canucks. Oh, baby. 1:43 to go. A pass for Bertuzzi. He battles Waite. And both teams are changing. Here's McInnes. McInnes does the right thing. He says, let's set it up here. We got a minute and a half to go. Let's make some plays and win this game.
Absolutely. Don't force anything.
Well, he did. Here's Sammy Salo. He shoots the save. Rebound. Naslund can't get a good shot. Linden takes the puck from Sopel. 1:16 to go. Uh-oh. Sopel a shot. The save. Rebound. Barrett Jackman. 1:08 to go. It's still 4-4. Jackman loses the puck. Should have gotten it out. Sopel to Naslund to Sopel. 4-on-4 in overtime. Here's Malik. Whoa, what a save by Brent Johnson on Malik. This is Trevor Linden with Naslund. Malik and Sopel. This is Naslund to Malik. 46 seconds to go. The shot, the save, rebound, and Sopel can't get a shot. Now the Blues, McInnes. Let's see if they can come up the ice and dominate the last 36 seconds of the game. The pass ahead for Ruchinski by him. Ruchinski with Morrison on his back. Ruchinski, who's played very well tonight. On the puck, gets it to Waite. 26 seconds. Doug Waite with a puck. Waite, a pass, doesn't get through. Sopel takes over. Meanwhile, Salvador is hurt, can't get up. The Blues are down a man because of Salvador's injury. Now he gets up, struggling to get to the bench. 10 seconds to go in the game. Salvador still not to the bench. Now he's there. Long pass by everyone. The length of the ice. Jovanovski touches the puck. And the Canucks get a big face-off near the Blues goal with 3.1 seconds to go in the game.
This is a hockey game. This is the way it's supposed to be played all the way through. I think both teams really able to tighten it up in the third. No goals allowed, and then they've opened it up here. And Sobel's had the best of the chances for the Canucks. This one went through Doug Waite coming back, fishing it out. And here, Sobel not able to get that up from his skates to his stick. So he's had some chances. Looks like the Canucks are going to call a timeout here. They've got a chance to set something up. 3.1 seconds left here in overtime. Now, I don't know, you have to win a face-off clean here to have anything happen, so the Blues have to make sure they just don't lose the face-off cleanly. But what a game this has been. The only thing bad about this game is that we can only hope that Keith Tkachuk is going to be okay. Injured in the first period. We've been told it's a wrist injury. We just don't know how serious it is.
So the Canucks will have this big face-off. Shots tonight, 33-20. Which means the Canucks in the overtime period have had 6 shots on goal. The Blues have had 6 shots in overtime.
Oh, man.
Here's the faceoff. Blues get the puck. They're going to hold it, and the game is over. 4-4 the final. For Dan and Bernie, I'm Ken Wilson. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you on Saturday night on WB11 from Nashville at 7 o'clock. Thanks to our crew. They've done a great job. We'll be back with a complete post-game report on the Midwest Sports Report. From behind by Cale Holtz. And here is Sasha Havanoff. 3 forecheckers. You can see it. Walker, the shot, the save, and the puck knocked away by a couple of high sticks. And that'll bring a stoppage in play. Boy, Bernie, you can see right there. 2 in tight. Another forechecker there. Not that often you 3 that situation.
No, this is a turnover, too. This was a good save for Chris Osgood. But you see here the Blues record this season.
That's the last game, March 4th at Savvis Center. You see the Blues had only 12 shots in that game.
And this is what the shot by Walker that we talked about, the turnover by Havanoff, the pass up the middle. And a good save by Chris Osgood, who has 2 shots on goal already, 1 from a Sharpman.
Getting that feed. Now in the corner. Ren Murray with Walker. Eaton moves in front. A save by Osgood, and he stops the rebound. Mark Eaton, the defenseman, moving in from the right point with a couple of good chances.
Good give and go there for the Predators, and good saves by Chris Osgood, who held his ground on the near side post. Able to make the first save. The rebound came out and still was in good position to make it, but you see the give and go. Ren Murray just reverses this. There's Eaton coming in from the point. First shot, rebound out there. Good position by Osgood.
Commodore is spun down. Now the pass hits Adam Hall. The puck deflects, comes into the middle. This is Archipov, the Russian, a shot. Pad save, Osgood, wrap around. Osgood a tad bit slow getting there, but the puck fails to go in. Eaton a shot, and Osgood makes a big glove save on Mark Eaton.
Good pressure by this Nashville line, and Chris Osgood comes big. As you see here, Archipov trying to get the shot. He tried to stuff here. Osgood got across there, and then it was Mark Eaton coming in, trying to shoot this high with the traffic in front. Hartnell standing right there. Good save there by Chris Osgood.
He's seen 10 shots already. Here's number 11 by Jason York. The Blues have had 6. Nope. He'll clear it out. Here's scratched in. Over here to Archipov. Nice pass. Hartnell. Pass in front. Shot. Oh, baby. Osgood, a brilliant save on the 22-year-old rookie Adam Hall.
Good play there by Archipov. Barrett Jackman got caught a little flat-footed right here. There's a little dump in there. Hartnell just dumped it back. I don't know if that puck was going to be on the net or not. You'll see just a little chop at it right here, and a good save by Osgood, but I don't know if that was going to go onto the net or not. It was probably going to go wide to the short side.
Blues hockey is brought to you by Bud Light, the proud sponsor of the NHL. For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light. During our first intermission, Bernie Federko will visit with defenseman Jeff Finley. We'll have a WB11 news break, and Bernie and I will be along with first period highlights. Here in the first period, Osgood sharp. Neither team scores. The Blues are outshot by the Predators 15-11. Drake slides it behind the net to Havanoff. 30 seconds to go in the period. This is Clark Wilm. Now Salvador after the puck. Plays it ahead. Off Peterson. Here's a shot. Knocked down in front. Chance here. Wilm! He can't beat Osgood. And at the end to the crease, Osgood covers the puck. Play stop. 14.9 seconds remaining in the second period.
For the Blues, you're always happy that it's one of the guys that doesn't have the great hands that's got this chance. Clark Wilm, only 4 goals on the season, and he couldn't find the handle on that one at all as he got it to his skate but couldn't get it to his stick. So a good opportunity there for the Predators, but no results. Chris Osgood able to get across there and finally get his big mitt on it.
With second period highlights. We're in Nashville. The shots are 25-23 Predators, and after 2 periods, there's no score.
I thought they had a couple of glorious scoring opportunities. This one here by Doug Wade, and that's a great save by Bakun. And then the shot here by Christian Laflamme. And Bakun makes everything look so easy. At the other end, Osgood has it very good. A couple of times tonight, the Predators have tried wraparounds, but you can see that Osgood's been in good position. He's been able to get to the puck, and he's been able to find the puck in the crease, which is very important when you have a team that keeps going. But here's a look from the overhead, how well he moves. And again, that's what he has to do, and that's what something the Blues are looking for, is good, solid goaltending, and that's what they're getting tonight.
Again, if you just joined us, you're wondering how Osgood is doing. I would suggest you look at the score, and that pretty well reflects that he's been very strong. Puck goes down the ice. Now Nash and Peterson get into it. Lowe's out there. He wants somebody. He comes in late. This is that Lowe, Nash, Ryan Johnson line. They're a banging line, as you know, and that gets everybody excited, and they were out there banging away. 13:54 to go in regulation. We're in Nashville, and there's no score.
Yeah, he doesn't overhandle it at all. He just wants to take it, just dishes it off or throws it away.
Here's Giannick. Blues are changing now. Whoa! Nashville changing. Stillman scores! Oh, baby, Bakun misplays the puck. Corey Stillman at the 16-minute mark of the third period gets the first goal of the game.
Corey Stillman already having a career year, his career best. That's his 60th point. He had 57 back a few years ago in Calgary, and again, a mistake made by the goaltending, and both goaltenders have been so good. You can see the Blues fans are on their feet right now, but this puck just dumped in, and look at how it came off the end boards. Corey Stillman, no one picked him up. A backhander that went past Bakun, and the Blues have a 1-0.
Blues in Vancouver Tuesday night. What a big one. 4-3, 2, 1. Jimmerman shot knocked away. It's over. They score. They're going to count the goal. The referee counts the goal. The Blues are going to say no goal. Did the red light go on? The red light cannot go on when time runs out, because when time runs out, the green light or the white light goes on. When the goal judge goes to hit the red goal light, it won't go on, and the Blues are congratulating Chris Osgood. Oh, the referee indicated the puck was in the net. They're going to go upstairs, and I think, Bernie, that time ran out.
I do. I think time ran out for sure, because I thought I was watching the clock when the puck came off, but here's the clock on the lower right of your screen. You see here the shot's going to come across. It's at 1. There it is. It's already off before the shot, so it's definitely a shutout to start out for Chris Osgood. What a night for him.
The Blues win it with plenty of time to spare. A 1-0 victory, and Chris Osgood is our Bud player of the game.
All 34 shots he faced, his 37th career shutout, and I think this is exactly the way he wanted to come on board, to get the opportunity to get a shutout, especially on the road. I think just a great night. They're going to give them a 35th shot, I guess, now, Kenny. But what a night for Chris Osgood. What a night for the Blues, and a good road trip as they win 2, tie 1, and lose 1.
Corey Stillman wins it with a goal with 4 minutes remaining. Osgood with the shutout in his first start. Blues and Canucks, 7 o'clock Tuesday night. We'll be with you on Fox Sports Net. For Dan, Anna, Simon, and Bernie, I'm Ken Wilson. Thanks for joining us. The Blues win at 1-0. The Blues postgame show is next. And this line's out there. Nash and Lowe and Johnson. A lot of white sweaters hitting the ice. As in down on the ice. Lowe, a shot. They score! Oh, baby! It's a no goal. They're going to wave off the goal. No goal, says referee Don Van Massenhoven.
We've seen Dan Cloutier complain a couple of times that there was contact made with him. Well, this one is going to be disallowed because they're saying that this one, Tyson Nash ran into it. We'll have to watch again, but here it is, the shot by Reed Lowe. And there's, well, I would have to say that that's the right call, Kenny, because there's Cloutier right there, and there's the contact by Tyson Nash. So clearly there was contact. Joel not happy, but you can watch this in the replay. Tyson Nash jumped up the air, landed right on Cloutier. So
I'm not sure Cloutier didn't pull him back. He put his arm around him and kind of pulled him back. I think Nash was going straight up, did not have momentum into the goalie. But I think Cloutier reached and pulled him back. At least it kept looking like that in the replay.
But there was contact, and you cannot make contact with a goaltender. So you can see Joel not happy with it at all, but there was definitely contact, whether or not he pulled him or not. So it's going to be a goaltender interference call on Tyson Nash. And instead of this game being tied at 1, the Blues are shorthanded and down 1.
Off the glass to center ice. Malik playing the puck ahead. Second they get saddled. Now they'll change their defense, and as they do, Drake moves in. He shoots the save. Oh, rebound! Oh, Drake scores! Oh, baby! It was tough to get it in, but the Blues score, and they're back to within 1.
This is a great second effort by Dallas Drake. This rebound came out funny. The Canucks weren't caught in a change, which led to the goal. First of all, a bunch of Canucks going to the bench. They really weren't in position, but Drake followed his own shot. See how the funny rebound came out, and then he's able to stay with it and get it on his backhand and then chip it in. So a big goal for the Blues. They cut the lead to 2-1.
Number 18 for Dallas Drake, and that is a big one. Unable to clear initially. Now Malik to Matt Cook. Going to the net. Lukowski, great save by Osgood. And there's going to be a penalty here. Chris Osgood had to be sharp that time.
Very sharp. Lukowski going to the net. A little one-touch pass. You see it here. He just deflects it towards the net. A good save by Osgood. Doug Weight being called there for the hook as Lukowski went down, but that's good goaltending right there by Chris Osgood to save that one.
Both teams will be shorthanded. 17-12, the time of the penalty to Doug Weight.
Blues penalty number 39, Doug Weight.
Blues down 2-1. Off McKinnis' stick, the puck at center ice. Jackman advances the puck to Ruchinski. Diana gives it back to Ruchinski. Martin Ruchinski to Chianik. He shoots, he scores! Great pass! Nice patience by Ruchinski and Chianik, and all like that, the Blues tie it at 2.
This Peter Chianik is such a great player. He really is. What a find this man has been. Unfortunately, they lost him to the injury, but now he's back, and this is just a great play by Ruchinski and a great shot. But look at the patience here by Ruchinski, going wide and then spotting Chianik, and look at the shot here, right to the far side, and Blues tie this at 2. But what a goal that is! That's beautiful.
He's a nice player, isn't he? Oh. Now icing against Vancouver, so the Blues, who are down 2-0, have come back to tie this game at 2. Peter Chianik, 5 points in 4 games, coming back from a broken leg.
Here it is again, but here's Ruchinski coming all the way across the line. He just went around Morrison and Naslund, and then the quick shot right there. Traffic in front, Melby standing where he always is accustomed to standing, and a good shot there by Chianik.
To Nash, Nash with a puck. Nash trying to get away from Sofel. Now he kicks the puck to Podine. Back behind the net. Brent Sofel. And the puck cleared out. On to Daniel Sedin's stick with brother Henrik. Now he drops the puck. Allen, a shot. Great glove save by Osgood. What a save. And the puck picked up to Nash. Nash will shoot the puck in. 6:27 to go in the second period. The Blues trailing the Canucks 4-3, and they love the work of Chris Osgood, even on a night where the over to Malik. Now Jovanovski with the puck again. Ahead to Morris, and Bertuzzi looked offside. The shot right on, and the save by Osgood on Todd Bertuzzi. 5:59 to go in the second period.
On the power play.
15-10 the time. Canucks 3 power plays, no goals, 3 shots. Morris in a drive right on, and Osgood makes the save.
That was a strange turn of events right there. Bertuzzi would have had an empty net if he had just kept straight skating forward. Because I believe that puck ended up right on his tape. But right off the faceoff, Bear Jackman really mishandled it. Watch how Bear Jackman, Al McInnes is going in. Here's the mishandle, and look at this. Bertuzzi almost had an empty net.
Naz
That's good defense right there, clearing the front of the net.
Here's another one. The save, rebound, Drake, and over the side. Boganicki. And the Blues take the lead on a power play goal. Eric Boganicki. The Blues tie it. The Blues tie it at 4.
We talked about how important faceoffs are. The Blues won 2 faceoffs in a row. Consequently, they got scoring chances. This one, the deflection, good work in front. And there's the puck all the way over across to Boganicki. But here's a look. Right there, the shot and the rebound's out. Dallas Drake gets it, and it's right to Boganicki. And it's 4-4.
So Boganicki buries it. That's number 19 for Boganicki. Now the Blues are offside. So the Blues have goals from Drake, Chianik, Mellanby, and Eric Boganicki. Morrison, Linden, Klatt, and Daniel Sedin have scored for Vancouver. There's GM Larry Plow. Detroit has won, by the way, no surprise. They scored a 5-1 win in Pittsburgh. Aslan over to Morrison. He's tied up. Blues clear the puck out. Detroit now, at the moment, has played 2 more games than the Blues. They have 98 points. The Blues have 89. Here's Morrison to Naslund. Overskates the puck. Chianik trying to get the puck to Boganicki. Can't. The shot. He scores! The Blues have come back in the 3rd period to take the lead. Oh, baby! How about Peter Chianik? He makes it 5-4.
His second of the night, and we have 35-cent tacos, Kenny. And what a shot by Chianik. Pulled it in. He snapped it high over the blocker side of Blue Jay. And this looked like this was so close to being offside. And you see here, right here, there's Boganicki and everybody on the back check. There was a sliding player, and I don't believe Blue Jay saw that at all. There's Allen going down, and there's the shot, and the Blues have the lead.
So the Blues 5 goals, 14-10 to go in the 3rd period. There's the man who has produced the game winner. Game winner it could be.
Yeah, you see it here right there. You see Allen goes down right in the middle, and then he gets beat right over the right shoulder. So what a shot by Chianik. And 2 goals in 40 seconds is a nice way of doing it.
Yep, Peter Chianik gets what is referred to as not the game winner, but the go-ahead goal.
That's right.
That's the term, isn't it? This would be. Can the Blues hold on? Cook loses the puck. McInnes plays it ahead off the arm of Mellanby. Marik Malik covered up by Brendan Morrison, and Mellanby seals. He scores! And the Blues will get a win tonight. They lead it 6-4. Mellanby with his 2nd goal of the game. An empty netter now. Stillman goes after Cook. The Blues unhappy with Jovanovski. And Mellanby gets ripped from behind by Bertuzzi. And we've got ourselves a situation here. But the Blues have a 2-goal lead with 45 seconds remaining. Oh, wouldn't it be nice to play the Canucks in the 1st round? Maybe not, but it would be nice.
What I still don't understand is I don't know why you pull your goaltender when you don't even have the puck. You have plenty of time to get to center and dump it in. And I still didn't get that right from the start. And a big play by Mellanby to strip the puck from Morrison.
Well, there are plenty of hard feelings built up with these 2 teams for any possible Stanley Cup playoff matchup. If they could get together in the playoffs, it would be a dandy.
Yes, it would. It would be a pleasure, and there's still that possibility. And if you look at the favorable schedule of Colorado, there's the strip there, Mellanby on Morrison. And that's an easy one for Mellanby, his 2nd of the night. And you see here, right after the play, there's Jovanovski comes and punches Stillman. And that's where everybody came into the melee there. Bertuzzi right in the middle of things as well. But everybody seems to be picking their stuff up. There's Larry Plow. Got to be happy with the way the guys have fought back once again. The 23rd time the Blues have come from behind to win a hockey game this season.
They come up with 3 unanswered goals in the 3rd period. out shooting Vancouver here in the final period, 12-5. So the Canucks are going to remain at 95 points. The Blues will go to 91. And here's tonight's Butt Player of the Game, well-deserved award to Peter Chianek.
He's been very good since coming back from that broken leg. 2 goals tonight. 1 at the start of the second period to tie the game at 2, and he's going to get the game winner, I believe, the 5th goal tonight. Another snapshot. Big win for the Blues as they break the 90-point barrier, 91 points now in the season.
Anaheim here on Thursday night. Detroit here Saturday at 2. Our next telecast will be Sunday at 6 o'clock in Dallas. What a game that'll be. We'll be right here on Fox Sports Net. Our next telecast Sunday at 6 o'clock.
Dallas has had a little struggle as of late, too. They've lost 3 in a row now. And I don't know when Marty Turco's supposed to be back.
So Daniel Cloutier returns to goal tonight for Vancouver, but they're not able to get a win. Bertuzzi goes into the box, but this one is all but over. Cloutier back in the net, 45 seconds remaining, and holds on. Mellanby gets some penalties. That offsets some of the Vancouver penalties.
Well, here are the 2 goals that Chianek scored. This is the first one, the snapper to the far side. That was in the first minute of the second period. This is the game winner right there, the little snapshot over the blocker of Cloutier.
Now down to 10 seconds remaining. The Blues lead it 6-4. Canucks cannot clear the puck. Here's Boganecki trying to center. Cloutier dives on the puck. They're going to let the time run out. That's it. Now they might have a little altercation. Jackman having words with Malik, but it is over. And the Blues have, Bernie, a much-needed win.
Big-time win, as they really needed this to get confidence against Vancouver, who they may play in the playoffs.
For Dan and Bernie, I'm Ken Wilson. Thanks for joining us. The Blues win it 6-4 here tonight over the Vancouver Canucks. Anaheim Thursday, Detroit here Saturday. Our next telecast 6 o'clock Sunday here on Fox Sports Net from Dallas. The Midwest Sports Report is coming up next on the heels of this Blues win.
And pinballed in the net, 1-0 Detroit. Watch this power play. The last 3 power plays they've had against the Blues, 3 for 3. Now we have a fight.
At center, we'll get into it early. These teams know they're probably going to see each other again. Lowe is 4th in the league in penalty minutes. McCarty, both of them set up as boxers, not just hockey fighters.
One is a right, one is a left.
Season series, these 2 lead each other, lead the teams in penalty minutes. They've gone right after each other, these 2 players.
And these are the respective enforcers for their teams. Darren McCarty for Detroit, Reed Lowe for St. Louis. Reed Lowe told me yesterday that a lot of times he has driven home after games saying, why didn't I drop the gloves and why didn't I go after him? He decided to change his method and his mode. I think we can see that, although I didn't see how it started. I don't see. I didn't see who challenged who.
Well, I think this is an old wound. These 2 guys have gone after each other in the season series. You think about McCarty, 22 penalty minutes plus the ones coming up in the season series, and for Lowe, 53 in the season series going into this scrap. So the 2 guys who like to tango do some more tangling.
And I think there's just going to be 5 apiece here. Here's the puck drop. You see they were already talking. Lowe and McCarty.
Looked like Lowe challenged him.
Yeah.
And Darren McCarty was not about to say maybe later.
So they both get 5 for fighting. Nobody gets the advantage. We stay 5 on 5, and they'll serve the 5-minute majors. Salvador, Yzerman again trying to line it up. Right to center. That got blocked again by Salvador.
Good play. Sean Podine had no stick. He was one-on-one with Steve Yzerman and still got a piece of it.
Back into the middle, Fedorov. Sergei Fedorov leaves it for Yzerman. Yzerman, Fedorov, Shanahan on the line. Yzerman comes back. Shot Osgood. Osgood's got it and no rebound. And you say playoff hockey.
It is game 10 for the Detroit captain Steve Yzerman. Tried to get in front and stuff it. The more dangerous play came right there, the rebound by Brendan Shanahan. But Chris Osgood pretty well ate up Steve Yzerman's chance. Nothing doing on that one, but just a matter of time.
He hasn't scored a goal yet, right?
Chelios in the corner. Detroit needs to clear to get the period over with. Don't get it. Have it off a shot. Save made, Joseph. And an important one, and it gets a little touchy in front.
like Scott Mellanby. He's always around the front of the net on the power play. There he went to his teammates' defense. And Curtis Joseph has had a few long shots here, but no rebounds. He covered that one up nicely.
Fedorov shoots, save made. Chris Osgood. Short-handed breakaway penalty over Bikoff out. El McGinnis. Missed. Rebound tip to the side. You need a micrometer to measure how much he missed that one by. And that was that great shot.
And remember the save by Osgood. Fedorov tried to open his leg to slide the puck back through. Fedorov has been hot against the Blues. Hot, hot, hot. The Al MacInnis shot was blocked by Ruchinski, his teammate. And all of a sudden it's breakaway. And this fires the fans up. Fedorov, in 4 periods against the Blues, has 6 points this season. Tried to make it 7. Back through the legs, and Osgood found a way with the top of his pad to close the legs just in time.
From our Southwest Airlines goal cam, you could see there was daylight for a moment.
Of Curtis Joseph. Boganicki working behind the net right now. They go back to McGinnis, who's open for a moment. Doesn't take it. Didn't get the one-timer off. Again, back down McGinnis. Gets this one off. Save. Rebound. Score.
We've got a horse race now. The only time Al MacInnis in this game has had that much time to shoot, and he made the Red Wings pay, but MacInnis helped himself by walking the puck backwards before he shot.
The Red Wings sent 2 penalty killers high to try to stop MacInnis for the shot. That means it's a 3-on-2 around the goal net. And the Blues deflected the original shot, got the rebound. Look at the 3 white jerseys, only 2 red ones. They found the puck, and the complexion of this game just changed.
So it is a 2-1 game as Doug White picks up his 14th goal of the season. Detroit now. Red Wings, Larionov onside, a little crisscross. Robitaille got dumped. Drop pass came to Stillman. Snyder knocks him down. 2-on-1. Boganicki in. Boganicki, Giannick. Stop!
Little Eric Boganicki. What a play he made with his eyes. Everybody, including Curtis Joseph, thought he was going to pass. Watch this. I'm going to pass. He wasn't even looking at the net when he shot.
That's the old Phil Esposito no-look shot. Beautiful top corner over the shoulder of Joseph. That's one of the few odd-man rushes we've seen by St. Louis. That was a 2-on-1. There was a turnover in the neutral zone. What a shot.
How about St. Louis, though? They're not out of any game. I mean, well, I'll tell you.
Comeback kids are at it again. More comeback wins than anyone else in the NHL. And the Detroit Red Wings, their 2-0 lead, just like that, is gone. Eric Boganicki gets it. And with 14:54 to go, we're tied at 2.
Watch this. Eric Boganicki is looking over at Peter Chianek. The shot came by Matthew Damino so close to his shoulder. Curtis Joseph had no time to react.
That's a smart play, isn't it? The old no-look shot, as long as you're confident enough to do it.
As long as in franchise history, this has got to be the best 19-game stretch, too.
What a run the Detroit Red Wings are making. They are going to have a 100-point season again for the Detroit Red Wings. It'll be the 4th consecutive year they've had 100 or more points. McCarty gets into it with Jackman.
Barrett Jackman obviously wanted to get into Darren McCarty's face and skin, and Darren McCarty wasn't fighting until they kind of got separated. Then Darren McCarty went for one good lick with the right.
Maltby got a stick right up alongside of his face, too, when the Blues came into the zone. I think it was accidental by Dimitra. I thought that might spark something, and instead Jackman went over to McCarty. Now watch Dimitra's stick here. Just he goes over the blue line. Wham. Headed to the
up into the throat, yeah. And then Barrett Jackman came over to say, why don't we just Velcro ourselves to one another and go for it. Watch McCarty here, right there, bang.
McCarty deserved to throw one back. He took a pop to the nose.
We've had a note. We've got to pass on to Yzerman. We thank him for scoring.
Now Chianek gets the puck again. Here's Boganicki with a backhander tipped wide. McGinnis gives the puck to Chianek. Podine, a drive, he scores! Sean Podine blisters one that forces its way through from the left circle, and this game is tied at 1.
Big goal, big shift by this line. And that's the first shot that Marty Turco has faced since coming back, and it finds its way in between his pads. But that's the 100th career goal for Sean Podine. Good work by Peter Chayanek here from a sharp angle. You see Turco going down and the puck going right in between the seam of his pad. So the Blues tie this on Podine's goal.
For Sean Podine, goal number 4 in 62. In the corner, the battle, and that's Claude Lemieux, 32, throwing his weight around, which is not unusual. Havenoff for the Blues as his team changes. Now we're going to get a penalty. We have a fight started right in front of the Blues bench, and they're going to let him go over there. That is Nash, of course, and Ott, the youngster we were telling you about in his 23rd NHL game. He was a first-round pick of the Stars back in the 2000 amateur entry draft, Steve Ott, and there you see the result of that Nash and Ott confrontation.
Now, I don't know if there was going to be an original call. I saw the referee's arm come up, and I don't know if it was going to be an original holding penalty against Tyson Nash, but it looked like there was going to be a call made. You see how Tyson Nash got a hold of Ott, so I think the arm went up first, so I wouldn't be surprised if Nash gets the extra 2 here, Kenny. But Ott was trying to release here and get back out of the play. There was the original hit. But here it is. You see how he held on to him and held on to him. You see Ott was trying to get away. So that is what the original call. And then they get into a little bit of a skirmish. But it looks like Tyson Nash is going to get the extra 2 minutes.
Off on the power play to Lettinen. Arnott's in front of the net. Young's over here in the near circle. You see him at the bottom left of your screen. Arnott in the slot. Steve Martin's with him. They come over here to Young. His shot stopped by Johnson, and he's able to snag the puck off his body. And a minute 15 to go in the extra penalty to Nash.
Listen to this. There's the shot there by Arnott. He had Brent Johnson beat to the far side, but right off the post. But you'll see it here, the pass from Modano across, and here's the
Peter Chayanek story for you. Kapanen a shot wide. Kapanen on the rebound, taken out. Now a fight low out at the blue line. He's in a fight with Philippe Boucher. We get a report that Chayanek has had stitches and will return. That's Boucher on the bottom and Reed Lowe on the top.
Now Boucher was the one that put the hit on Chayanek. So this will be interesting. It looks like they're going to throw Reed Lowe out. That's what it appears right now. They're pointing towards the locker room. And I didn't see the start of this at all, Kenny. And I don't know if Reed Lowe went right after Boucher. He tried to go after him earlier.
Finley pinches in, collides with DeMaio. Puck cleared up to Morrow. Now the Dallas Stars work in. This is Kapanen centering. Morrow taken down. A shot, and Johnson makes the save on that shot from close in.
Good second effort by Morrow, who already has 2 goals. He was on the ice when he took this shot, laying down, and he got pretty good wood. Johnson forced to make a pretty good save there.
Zubov gets a power play goal unassisted at 3:50 for Zubov, his 10th.
But here's the chance here. The pass from Kapanen, and watch, there's Morrow going down, but look at, he's laying down and gets a shot up over Jeff Finley. So that was a good save there by Johnson.
Here's a chance. The pass doesn't reach Drake. From Wake at the blue line. Finley gets the puck over now. Drake wants to go with Sador. He wants no part of the action. So Drake in that embarrassing situation where his stick and gloves are on the ice and the other player is nowhere to be seen. Dimitra goes over to Sador and says something. Finley comes in, and the Blues trying to stand tall, and that's the way you've got to play this game.
This is a weird game, to say the least. This will be the 5th time the Blues have been penalized. It's going to be a roughing call, but this is just strange. Dallas Drake dropped his glove, Sador did not, so I don't know what started this all. There's the hit there, Sador on Drake. No, it was on Wake. You see Drake comes in, Wake there, the pushing and shoving, and Dallas Drake goes right after him. Sador just tried to skate away. You see the referee, you see Dallas's reaction. So it's a roughing call. The Stars will be on the power play for the 5th time tonight.
Gets hit by Salvador. Lettinen will send the puck back to Sergei Zubov. Now to Mike Modano. One-timer Young. Save Johnson. Rebound. Hits a skate. And the net comes loose. So the referee, Paul Dvorsky, stops play. Still 1:28 remaining in the power play for Dallas.
Good again. Pressure by the Stars power play. Nice little saucer pass here. Modano into the middle, and the hard shot right there. Good save by Johnson, and then everybody crashing on the net. You see Lettinen got pushed into the net. Net came off.
Since you said it was a strange game, the only reason I haven't replied to your comment is I haven't thought of it first. Added another goal in the second. We're going to get a penalty here. Boucher wants to go. He was the victim. He goes after Nash. Nash kind of slipped. That was unfortunate. Jackman wants to get in there also. Stu Barnes has him. Now Podine gets a man.
Now the Blues have been going after Nash all night after, or I should say the Blues have been going after Boucher since they hit in the first period on Chyanek, and Tyson Nash was actually going to get the original call, and I think that finally he had enough, Kenny, and just said, hey, we got to do something about this.
Blues trail 3-1. And here comes Dallas, but Morrow going it pretty well alone, and Jackman right there with him. Blues trying to get in some punishing hits. Morrow and Jackman are going to go. Morrow didn't look like he wanted to go after the hit, then he decided to. I hope they let him go here. Let's see what Jackman can do with Brendan Morrow. Morrow's got a pretty good grasp. The linesmen want to get in there, but cannot.
Coming to Western Hockey League, boys, here, right, Regina and Portland.
4:41 to go in the third period. On Fox Sports Net. Thursday night, Florida at home, 7 o'clock on Fox Sports Net. The Auto Tire pregame show 30 minutes earlier. Now at center ice, they're ready to go. Play stopped. Ott and Drake. Dallas Drake, the veteran. Steve Ott, the 20-year-old, in just his 23rd game. Now a brawl breaks out in front of the penalty benches. Whoa, Drake gets hit hard by Ott. We've got a brawl. Hatcher and Demitra, I believe. That's hard to believe. It is Hatcher and Demitra in front of the penalty benches. And we've got some problems here. And there's Salvador. I don't know what Dimitra's doing with Hatcher. Salvador and Boucher. Salvador plummets Boucher. Lemieux now tied up with Demitra. Laflamme has a man. And they're going to just try to get them off one by one. Drake goes off. Now they separate Salvador and Boucher. All of this with 26.5 seconds to go in the game. Jeff Finley came out of the penalty box. He's gone back in. Hatcher doing some mean, cruel pointing. That's Laflamme, apparently. Now, did I see Demitra down there?
Demitra is down there, and
that's what I thought. And at one time I thought I saw he and Hatcher tangled up.
Boucher was in the middle of things too, I believe. So I don't know exactly what happened, because I was watching towards the fight that was going on with Drake and Ott. So I'm not sure what happened. Maybe we'll get a better look at it.
Yeah, there's Pavel. I mean, I don't know Pavel to fight, do you?
No. He may have tried to intercede there. Maybe Hatcher was going after somebody else.
Now they start to throw a little garbage on the ice. Looks like Pavel was more than being a peacekeeper there, Bernie.
Yeah. But they're going to usher Pavel towards the exit of the door. There you can see Mike Kitchen kind of smiling and looking on, but I'd like to see this again too.
Now Pavel is going to take someone on. I've got a lot of other people I'd suggest rather than Darian Hatcher.
Unless Hatcher went after Demitra, then he's defending himself too. So I don't know why Hatcher would go after him. It doesn't make any sense.
Right. If you're Darian Hatcher, I wouldn't suggest you go after Pavel Demitra.
No, it doesn't make any sense. Now Finley was in the penalty box. I believe he came out of the box. But here is the hit there. There's Pavel Demitra right there.
What kind of hit was that? That was no hit. That was a bump.
I know. Now that's what Hatcher. Now Hatcher's tearing his helmet off. There you go. Laflamme comes in at the same time, and so that really, I'm sure that there really wasn't a fight going on at all. I think that what Hatcher did was just pull the helmet off of Demitra, and that's when Laflamme came in.
So Dallas Drake, I think, got the better of that before he fell down.
You know, at one point I thought he had gotten hit, Drake had, but clearly he didn't, so that's good news.
What they're going to call here. But we'll see if we can get another look at what happened along the penalty box. And there you see Hatcher on the back of Dimitra's head, and I don't know what that was all about. I mean,
What's
clearly
the deal here?
That's
why Finley goes.
came out. That's right.
What is it? What's a fella 6'5"?
I have no idea.
240 pounds doing pounding on Pavel Dimitra, who apparently it would have seemed didn't do anything to him.
A top 10 scorer in the league too.
Yeah, come on.
Yep.
And besides that, he's European, so he doesn't fight.
That's ridiculous.
Come on, Darren. You've been around longer than that.
That's exactly it. I don't get that at all there either, unless he didn't know that was Dimitra, but he had to know that was Dimitra.
Well, it shouldn't have taken him too long to figure it out.
Exactly. That's ridiculous.
I'll give him credit for not knowing right away, maybe. Nice, they may. They're going to. Right at center ice, this is going to finish with a fight. Ryan Johnson and Robida, I believe. Thanks for joining us. For Bernie Federko, I'm Ken Wilson. The final, the Stars win it 3-1. We'll be in Minnesota, 7 o'clock Central Time Wednesday. Complete post-game report next on the Midwest Sports Report. Last game, and they've lost 2 in a row, was in Dallas. They played Brent Johnson. They're going to go back to Chris Osgood tonight.
I think we're going to see a lot more of Chris Osgood down the stretch. In fact, I was quite surprised that Osgood did not play in Dallas, but coming out the ankle injury, starting 4 games in a row with back-to-back games, I think they felt that they needed to give him a rest. But Chris Osgood has given the Blues a chance to win every night. He's only has the 1 loss in net, has a shutout against Nashville. He's very steady, and that's what the Blues need. They just need to have a goaltender that'll make the saves that he's supposed to make. And I think Chris Osgood has done that so far, so hopefully he can continue to prove to them that he is the #1 goaltender, and he will give them that chance every time he's in goal.
The puck, it's swatted up the boards. Laflamme sends it behind the net to Corey Stillman. Out there with Mellanby and Dimitra. Laflamme can't get the puck. Here comes the defenseman Schultz. He's just a 20-year-old. He shoots. Great save. Rebound. And Burnett shoots behind the net out in front. And a quick shot taken and blocked off the stick of Wes Walz. Infraction. Minnesota already with a pretty good opportunity.
One thing the Blues can't do is give up odd man rushes, and this is exactly what they did here. You see the pinch in there did not work by Laflamme, and here Schultz with a good shot. The rebound came out to Brunette. He wasn't able to bury it, but it's a big save there with the glove by Chris Osgood. But the Blues can't give up those 2-on-1s, and that's what
On clearing the rebound, and McInnes ends up with a punt. There's no score in the first period. Here's the rookie, Barrett Jackman. His pass knocked away. Sekerash keeps the puck in, then it's taken by McInnes. Neatly ahead, Dimitra, 2-on-1. Over to Stillman, he shoots and scores. Oh, baby, what a pass. And the Blues score first. They take the lead here in Minnesota, 1-0.
There you go. You get solid goaltending, make some big saves, and then you get the big line that we talked about, making the turnover and the perfect pass from Dimitra to Stillman. All started up by pass of Al McInnes coming out of the line. Again, McInnes waited till he got across the blue line. Dimitra was behind. Look at the fake pass, or shot I should say, and then the pass, and no chance for Fernandez, but look at how he faked and then went across. Perfect pass. Stillman just had to redirect it into the empty net. The Blues lead 1-0.
Blues get the only goal in the first period. Welcome back, Ken Wilson, Bernie Federko. Fortunate to have the lead after that period.
I would say so. Chris Osgood really the difference. The Blues did not play poorly, but again, Minnesota worked so hard, and Chris Osgood had to be very, very good as the Blues gave up a number of scoring chances, some odd man rushes, a power play chance there, right there by Stevenson. So I thought Osgood maybe played his best period for the Blues so far. It was very sharp and very steady in goal for the Blues.
The Blues didn't have men 5 weeks ago. I don't know, he had a little bit of a hot streak, but I'm sure it's tough for a player like him to, really know what to do all the time with his game.
It's pretty impressive. If you mentioned that he's playing with an 18-year-old center.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
Now the Blues, puck gets by Nicholas, comes to center ice, but there's no question Gaborik, a 21-year-old from Slovakia, is a fabulous talent. Puck knocked away by that 18-year-old Bouchard. He centers back to the point. Brown can't get around Drake initially, then does, and what a save by Osgood. And Gaborik tied up. Boy, changing. We're just shy of the 7-minute mark. It's the second period. Walker loses the puck. Blues lead 1-0. Dupuis, and a save by Osgood. And the Blues clear the puck down the ice. There's going to be a penalty. Matt Johnson went blasting into the boards. Then Walker goes at first, so there's no icing. Here's Zoltak. Laflamme trying to tie up Park does. Wait trying to pry the puck loose. Park ends up gloving it, I believe, to his teammate. Here's a chance in front. Whoa, Osgood. Well, I tell you, he's had unbelievably great positioning tonight. And it has really helped him, as it has really in all the games he's played. Puck down the ice. Mitchell back icing against the Blues.
Well, Minnesota got away with one because that should have been a glove, a hand pass there, but it wasn't called. And I don't know what Brunette was doing. He had Osgood beat if he kept going all the way across. But for whatever reason, but watch this here. Watch him. He goes all the way. All he do is take another step to the front, and he has the whole open side, but he stops and tries to come back. But look at this. He just keeps coming. He's got Osgood beat, and then he hits the side of the net going back the other way. Hey, Stillman that Hernandez had no chance on, and that's why the Blues are ahead 1-0.
Blues had 8 shots in the first period. They've had 8 in this period. Gaborik hooked by McInnes, and Osgood another save. And Al McInnes, in a game that's been almost penalty-free, will go to the penalty box.
This is the kid we talked about, Gaborik, with a real nice move here. And Al McInnes forced to take the hooking penalty, but another good save by Osgood. But Gaborik with such great hands, and look at how he just pulled it back and pulled it in and then just let it go. Good position, Kenny, as you mentioned. Osgood, good position, took that right in the center of the chest.
It's good. Ronnie to Kuba. This is Brunette out in front. Walls a shot, and Osgood another save. Actually, that's Zoltak. And Sergei Zoltak, Bernie, with an excellent opportunity on the power play.
Boy, did he ever. And Chris Osgood, another great save. This time, I believe, with the left pad. But the Blues giving up more chances, and here's the first one. Here's the shot right off the chest. And then they're able to set it up this time from the other side of the net. And to see the quick pass from Brunette coming right at you. And there's the shot there by Zoltak, another big save.
Zoltak in front. Brunette, puck deflects high. Park back to Brunette. Now to Zoltak, back to Park. Again, Ronning with a puck at the far point. Kuba's at the near point. 1:22 to go in the power play. Over 3 minutes to go in the second period. The Blues have the only goal. Zoltak to the net. The shot deflected and grabbed in the crease by Osgood. Blues making sure they clear the front of the net.
Well, the Wild just keep coming in waves as they're just keep coming in out of the corner there, just trying to stuff it. Zoltak just trying to stuff this one coming from the right, but here it is as he walked forward, not able to get much leverage, and then the scramble in front, the puck not coming loose as Osgood was able to find it first. But here's a look from this angle. You watch how he came out, got the shot away, bounced around a little bit. You see Salvador on the ice, and
things are changing. He's going to score it end to end. He shoots. And Osgood snaps up that trapper. That one almost got by him. Then Stevenson does a little bumping with Jackman. And the officials come in between the pair.
Gaborik is exciting, and Gaborik made the spin inside his own blue line. You see the Blues in a line change now. Well, he gets some extra ice now. Able to get across and take the quick high wrist shot. See the puck fluttering a little bit. So Osgood down on his knee is able to just snap it and hang on to it.
Now Don on the face-off with Johnson.
Yes, he has. He's been sensational, to say the least. Let's hope he can keep the door shut for another 6:40.
He already has one shutout with the Blues, trying to make it 2. Blues can't clear. Zoltak, the save, and Park can't get a good effort away, and a whistle stops play. Referee Terry Gregson, I believe, stops play. He might have thought the goal was loose, and if he didn't think the goal was loose, the linesman did him a big favor by moving in and moving the net around as if it were loose, which is probably a nice courtesy.
You can't teach that, Kenny. You can't teach that.
That's helping out your buddy.
Yes, sir. Zoltak with a quick shot.
W big play.
Pierre-Marc Bouchard in the first period, a breakaway, and Chris Osgood, as he's been all night, the big save there with the glove. Our BMW big play of the game. The Blues still lead 1-0.
Bringing the puck in. Park, the shot. Osgood, the save. and he smothers the rebound. 1:09 to go. So the Wild getting a face-off near the Blues goal. Will they pull Manny Fernandez here?
A quick shot here by Park on the off wing, and this one fluttered off the pad there of Habanoff, changed direction. So again, good save by Chris Osgood. 30 shots, 30 saves.
Fernandez looking over to the bench. He's going to remain in the goal here with a goes off Brunette. McInnes goes back. He shoots the puck ahead, not out. Park a shot. Osgood to save. Puck in front. Gaborik backhands the puck over the net. Oh, baby, what a close call. We get a whistle. Osgood appears to be hurt, or at least shaken up. The puck apparently went over the glass, and there'll be a face-off in the Blues end. But you see Osgood there. Appears to be all right, Bernie, but seemed to be a little shaken.
I'm not so sure that this puck should not be face-off outside the line, because I thought Gaborik shot this right up over top of the glass. But you'll see here in the rebound, watch this puck. I don't believe it hit anything at all. They're saying that it hit something, but I don't believe it hit anything at all.
Great effort. Kuba, backhander, knocked down by Drake. And as he touches the puck, play stop. Kuba and Podine have words. And the Blues are a face-off away from a very big win here in Minnesota. 2.6 seconds to go. A win here tonight, and that really means that Minnesota will not be able to catch the Blues in the overall Western Conference standings. Anaheim's not going to be able to.
Yep, you're right.
Now they go back to the point to Kuba. Here's the shot blocked, and it's over. The Blues win it 1-0. Now Drake gets in it with Kuba. Our Bud player of the game is Chris Osgood. No surprise there. 31 saves and his second shutout with the Blues. Now the bit of an altercation there. That's Martins, you see there, barking at Park. So for Dan McLaughlin and Bernie Federko, I'm Ken Wilson. The final, the Blues win at 1-0. 7 o'clock tomorrow night from Savas, and the sports report is next. Play opportunities. Here's a shot from the point, and Johnson makes the save on that shot from Christian Huselius.
Huselius with 20 goals on the season. This is the second year in a row that he's got more than 20, 23 last year. Just his second year in the league, and this kid can just flat out play. So he's going to be one of the stars in the National Hockey League as years go on.
Jochen, let's take a look at some of the Blues' opportunities.
Now the Blues had the better of the opportunities. They had more shots here. There, Boganicki trying to go hard to the net, missed the deflection there. The hard shot there by Pavel Demitra, turned away by Jani Urme. And then the one good scoring chance, a big slapper there from the point. Brent Johnson able to make the big save. So not a lot of scoring, Kenny, none at all.
Able to get the puck out. Walker. Now Johnson will fire it up the boards. Stillman tips the puck to the middle. Blues unable to get it out of their zone. Bednar, quick shot. Johnson the save, and he smothers the rebound.
Good opportunity there by Bednar, coming all the way from right wing to left wing. He didn't really get a lot on this shot at all. You see how the puck was fluttering a little bit. He let it go, and there you see how it fluttered, but that hit Johnson in the right shoulder. I don't know if he saw it until last second, but look at that, right shoulder, and then bounced once and then fell down. So
the goal, which is second best in the National Hockey League. Hopefully they can make that one more at least.
Now back to the point. Jackman a shot. Knocked out in front. Boganicki scores! Eric Boganicki, and the Blues take the lead 1-0.
we asked for it right at the right time, Kenny. And just a shot that was blocked out front. Boganicki just turned around and just shoveled it, and it went right through the legs, I believe, there of Urme. As here it is, a look at it again. Urme went down once, and there it is. So it actually went past him on the far side, off the post and in. So Boganicki's 21st of the season. The Blues lead 1-0.
So Eric Boganicki, who played his first National Hockey League game with the Florida Panthers, gets the first goal of this game. Here's Matthew Biron out to Ulanov. His pass comes over to Kozlov. The penalty just about over. Here's a shot. Brent Johnson the save, and he's able to grab the rebound. The penalty is over. Play stop. 4:52 to go in the third. It's 1-1. Kozlov gets the puck to Trinka. Jokinen, Kozlov, Schwedke. Ruselius at the near point. Trinka at the far point. Panthers looking to break this 1-1 tie, and that shot headed high, caught and held by Brent Johnson. Jackman bumps into Dennis Schwedke. We're down to 3:33 to go in the third period. The Blues are shorthanded.
Really interesting as you see how many of the Panthers came down. Look at this. How many Panthers? There's Ruselius is the defenseman there. He's down right in the middle of things there. So the Panthers trying to send everybody to the front of the net. There's Schwedke in front. There's Ruselius, the quick shot from the corner. And
Dimitra, 10 seconds on the clock. Out to McInnes. He waits. He shoots. The save. Stillman to wait. The shot. They score! At 19:58 of the third period. A power play goal, and the Blues take the lead 2-1. What a finish!
that's all you need. You need one opportunity. The Blues able to get all their guys out too. All their big guns that are not hurt. And they move the puck around. That's going to be all she wrote. But here it is. Al MacInnis faked the shot. There it is, the shot. The rebound back. Good play there, throwing it back to Wade. And that actually hit the leg there of one of the Florida Panthers in front. Off the defenseman's leg into the net, and Doug Weight is going to get the game winner.
Our Bud player of the game, Doug Weight. 2 seconds to go. They're going to drop the puck and it'll be over, and maybe Saturday we'll see Chris Pronger. They drop the puck. It's over. 1958. Weight from Stillman and Mellanby. For Bernie and Dan, I'm Ken Wilson. Thanks for joining us. A thriller. The Blues beat the Panthers 2-1. We'll be coming back with a complete post-game report. Remember, the Midwest Sports Report is coming up next.
That pretty much expresses the sentiment here in St. Louis to have Pronger back on the ice. We want to remind you, ABC News will keep all of us updated with any breaking stories regarding the war in Iraq as we go along this afternoon here in St. Louis. He has not played all season, both a knee and a wrist injury. He is back today.
I should clarify that. Left wrist, serious surgery there. Right knee, serious surgery there.
Serious player and a huge addition back into the Blues lineup. You know, this may be the year for the St. Louis Blues. In the past few years, they have had great expectations. We thought they had a chance to win it all. Nobody's been saying that much about them this season because they've been so banged up. Maybe this is their year.
You know, the other thing, too, remember, Pronger's in the lineup. Yes, so is Valerie Bourret starting on the right side here of Doug Weight. When he gets on a goal-scoring roll, he could make an impact.
Brought to you by Bud Light.
Colorado continues to roll, and as a result, Forsberg and Hayduk have numbers to match Nick Lidstrom. Just another ho-hum year for Nick Lidstrom.
Forsberg, 97 points on the season.
Maybe,
yep.
the Hart. Welcome back, Chris Pronger.
We better rearrange that graphic that said -2 for Chris Pronger.
Wow.
It ain't -2 anymore.
There's the big face-off win.
That tipped the Detroit stick and nicked off the Detroit stick right after he took the shot. But boy, if this isn't proof that the wrist is good, I don't know what is. He caught all of that one.
Steve Martins won the draw from Chris Draper, and Pronger just let it rip in the blue.
16:31, Pronger's first of the year. Martins picks up the assist.
That'll take the edge off of getting beat one-on-one by Pavel Datsyuk. From the face-off again, watch it. Nice close-up look. Steve Martin's in. And you know what? I thought that it was the Detroit player. Was that Pavel Datsyuk or Chris Draper? But it went off the Detroit stick right out to the blue line before Martins could even make a move on it. Know what's going on to help you.
That's the only way we're seeing McInnes get those shots away is off face-off wins.
Doug Weight moving in to Stillman, and another save by Legacy. 1 minute left to go in the period. Short-handed. Everybody had moved up for the Blues. Short-handed chance comes near side. Yzerman, save made by Osgood. No whistle. Now he gets one. The goal on the power play at 18:10. Lidstrom gets his 18th of the year. Shanahan and Larionov picked up the assists with 50 seconds to go in the period.
Chris Osgood, the 7th goalie for the St. Louis Blues to win at least one game this hockey season.
Lead into the zone low, going to the corner with Maltby. Maltby made part of the corner by Lowe. Have it off center, down low, backhander, score! Boy, did he earn that. And another Blue is down.
And McCarty's going to go here. So not only do the St. Louis Blues draw to 1, but Darren McCarty, I believe, has picked up a penalty, hitting Reed Lowe after the goal.
You should see the play that Lowe makes. The St. Louis Blues having trouble getting through the neutral zone, so they dump the puck in cross corner.
Oh, wait a minute. It's Lowe that's going. I thought it was McCarty.
Watch Lowe here. There's the play. Now you need support. 4 Blues on the near side. Beautiful backhand pass, and there's the goal.
Nash earned it. And got it.
That line has that's the first goal that the Blues have scored in this game off an offensive play. The other one was off a win of a face-off. Tyson Nash on that line with Lowe.
Look at his
and Johnson, yeah, with a badly cut lip. Well, Shanahan got him earlier in the game.
Lead now for the Detroit Red Wings. They've had that 2-goal lead 3 times in this game.
Oh, here we go.
Penalties over.
McCarty and Lowe.
They come out of the box and immediately drop the gloves.
They wanted each other. They came out. They looked, and
here we go.
The jersey's not supposed to come up like that.
Oh,
Bill.
it isn't.
You see, Lowe's got nothing to grab onto.
Right. McCarty really is at an advantage here on this, unless his jersey ties his arms up. But now, that's why the jersey's not supposed to come up. You're at a big advantage once you get rid of your
He's
clothes.
gone for sure. Now, why would that be undone?
I don't know.
Because he knew he was going to fight.
Could be.
They were talking to each other in the box probably. And
look at this.
Old time.
This is a long one.
Reed Lowe's challenge here is just to stay away from him.
Yeah, well, I mean,
or to get in tight to him and there's nothing to grab to.
Yeah,
Watch, see Lowe.
Nothing to grab onto. It's impossible.
They say enough.
Tyson Nash looks like he went 10 rounds with somebody.
You're going to hear more about that jersey coming undone quickly like that. The league will look at that.
Darren McCarty flashing the musculature. The St. Louis Blues denied by Manny Legacy. When it counted the most, Legacy was at his best.
Yeah, Fedorov leaves it back for Lidstrom. Shanahan's playing a point right now. Fedorov shot. That deflected. Nobody knows where it went. To our side somewhere.
See Nash and Shanahan again. Nash probably has his face numb still from the injections.
It better be.
Yeah. Shanahan was aggressive here.
Look at this. He's getting his face wiped. He's got a glove right on Tyson Nash's lip.
Oh, baby. Everybody's going. And the Blues are short-handed. Osgood may move over.
Lidstrom was involved.
Yeah, Lidstrom's not doing too much.
What Tyson Nash and Fedor and Shanahan are still at it on the board.
Now Nash's jersey has come up as he tries to get loose with Shanahan. Shanahan's thrown a couple of rights. It looks like Shanahan, no, maybe not. I was going to say maybe holding off just a little bit. He's a big guy who got
a 6-inch height advantage, so he's got a reach advantage on
you
Tyson.
And I know that Shanahan can really throw him if he wants to.
He might have done more damage just with a face wipe. I wouldn't be surprised to see Tyson Nash bleeding from his lip again.
Lip is just barely closed, obviously, with the stitches.
Oh, goodness.
Brendan Shanahan put his hand right around Tyson Nash's head and his face so that he had his glove right where the stitches were, and then it looked like he just ripped them.
Fedorov and Jackman were taken over and put into the penalty box, or their respective penalty boxes, by the referee, who did a good job. But you could sense earlier on this shift, Nash wanted to get at Shanahan because of the stick that got Nash earlier in the game.
That's how it happened, and when it happened in the second period, Tyson Nash headed off for stitches and tried to exact some revenge here on this last shift against Brendan Shanahan.
I think you're right there, too. I think Nash says to himself, we may not see these guys again this season. I want to go get back at them.
Can't get him on the street in the summer. Got to get him here.
Yeah, we're down to 4:17 left to go, and it has gotten pretty ugly here.
Shanahan's
Nash, Shanahan.
Shanahan skated over to Nash after he'd gone after
Jackman
him.
tried to get in there in between them.
And Nash
Look right there, though. See the glove I was talking about? He had it right around his face, right on the spot where the stitches were.
There's such a size difference there, too.
After next, I'm done. Call me for a managerial job.
You don't know if that was tongue-in-cheek or not.
I don't think so.
He'll be on the golf course.
Here we go.
We'll go with another fight.
This is going to be nasty here.
Bikoff, Jackman, everybody.
Oh, no, Jackman's got Bikoff now and is going to try and toast him. Watch this. And Dmitry Bikoff's going to try to fight back.
Bikoff put a shot to his face.
Oh, guess what? He is he should have jumped on him right there.
And Drake's
going to go at it with Draper. Jackman's throwing him. Bikoff's hanging in there. Now he's got a shot right over his face.
He can't see what he's doing, but he hung in there pretty good. Dave Jackson now the ref.
Mellenby's been already taken off the ice.
There's Drake. They were just skating around looking.
Who's he got? Draper?
Draper, yeah.
Look at this. The linesman said to the referee, come over here and grab this guy, and I'll go over and break this up.
Yeah, they handed off. They handed off Jason Woolley.
Who's the Red Wing that's on the ice that was jumped by Mellenby?
I think it was Draper.
Maltby, maybe.
Maltby or Draper. Oh, gracious. I don't know if any of these are landing, but there sure are a bunch of punches being thrown.
This Jackman, the rookie, who he said has piled up so many penalty minutes, not just in comparison to the rookies, but with everybody else.
I think you're right, Bill. It was Draper. It was Draper that was jumped.
Meanwhile, Chris Osgood and Manny Legacy, guys that were teammates, they split duties with Detroit 2000-2001 season. They're standing looking at one another. They got no reason to go down and tangle.
I didn't really expect, when I looked at the lineup on the ice, I said, you know, there's some guys here that are a little bit aggressive, but I didn't expect anything like this.
Frustration of the St. Louis Blues showing here to be handled the way they have been by the Detroit Red Wings, not just in this game, but for the entire season.
I don't know if anything happened before this, but this is Scott Mellenby with Chris Draper down, and then Maltby came in to help. I don't know if Draper did anything to precipitate that attack by Mellenby, but
now they will separate the gloves and the sticks. Steve Yzerman doing the job of the captain. That's my helmet. That's your stick. That's our helmet.
The red ones are ours. The blue ones are theirs.
Here's off the face-off.
There's the cross check by Ryan Johnson. Twice.
I think you're absolutely right, Gary. The Blues were frustrated, and they said, you know what, we're just going to get something going here. I don't think Draper did anything off the face-off, did he?
No, Johnny got cross-checked twice in the back by Ryan Johnson.
Yeah, and then Mellenby went over and jumped on him.
Banging away. Another shove. He wants a fight. He was still after it at the other end. Now Robitaille goes after him, and here we go again.
Look at this. Now you got Luc Robitaille into it. You know what? You had to know this was going to happen, and Dave Jackson let Walker hit and hit and hit from behind, and that's why we've got what we have here. I'm sorry. You had to know what kind of game this was. You had to take him off.
And you knew that Robitaille was going to stick up for his teammates.
Tomas Holmstrom was the man that Bikoff wanted to go with, and Holmstrom kept trying to skate away, and then Robitaille came in to stand up for Holmstrom.
The MO was the same on this shift as it was on the last shift. And you got to call it. That was Dave Jackson's end. Come on.
I can't disagree with you at all, Bill. You're absolutely right. Walker was being very aggressive on the play, and Robitaille wasn't going to take it anymore. Then he got double teamed.
I mean, the MO has been established here, folks.
This is dragging out, guys.
We just got barely enough players left to finish this game. Only got 35 seconds left to go. Hull has had 3 goals.
Still don't want to break up.
Still don't want to break up.
Luc Robitaille skating off, boy. It looks like he's holding his right hand down by his side.
I think he took one for his team. I really do.
Sure he did. Meanwhile,
oh, look at this. A chair just got thrown on the ice by Dave Lewis. He just threw a chair. It's sitting right in center ice. They got to break this thing up. This is crazy. These guys are nuts. They're going to end up with suspensions and everything else. This is out of control.
There'll be fines and suspensions. Joey Kocur apparently threw that chair. Kocur's arguing with the St. Louis bench now.
Look at him.
If there's one guy on both teams I wouldn't want to scrap, Joe Kocur. I'd go with any player. I won't go with Joe Kocur. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, Joe Kocur is seeing what I saw, and that is the St. Louis Blues have just come out and gone after the Red Wings the way it used to be done years ago.
Challenging the bench over there. He's talking to Joe Quenneville.
And Quenneville's saying that a stick came up and there was a cross check.
That's Quenneville and Joey Kocur.
Joel Quenneville was a defensive defenseman. Joe Kocur, this man, was an enforcer.
At one time, the heavyweight of the league. He had one of the biggest right hands I ever saw.
He's probably going to get a suspension. He's not going to get away with throwing that chair.
His wallet will be a little lighter.
You think he is, Bobby Knight? 35 seconds. Boy, that's the way he played. Same kind of fire. They picked the chair up, and I'm not kidding. We've just barely got enough guys left. A lot of the penalties here, they sent people to the dressing room with those fights because there's only 35 seconds left in the game.
This is the see Walker going at it.
With Holmstrom.
Yeah, he just kept going right there again and again.
Another one. So Robitaille comes over. Now you'll see Robitaille come over. Oh, and he threw the cross check there first after Walker threw about 9 hits on Holmstrom. I think Robitaille took one for the team.
Sure he did. Oh, you bet he did.
I mean, Walker wanted it in the worst way, and Holmstrom wouldn't go with it.
Don't think that his teammates won't think a lot of him because of that. I mean,
as silly this is, when Robitaille was about to be hit, guys, he saw. Oh, look at him! He's still throwing it. When Robitaille was going at it with Walker, Robitaille saw Doug Weight coming, and Robitaille threw an elbow up that got Doug Weight right in the face. And remember, Doug Weight's coming back from a fracture to the face. I mean, that's all these guys need is something stupid and a bad injury this time of the season when the playoffs are around the corner. It's goofy.
Well, while we have a moment, we'll tell you, Hulls had 3 goals and an assist. Datsuk 1 and 3. Zetterberg 2 assists. Lidstrom, Fedorov the other goals for Detroit. For the St. Louis Blues, not much there. Pronger and Nash have had the goals, and it's going to be a series sweep, first time in 36 years. Either team has swept the other in the regular season. The win's going to go to Manny Legacy in net. It'll be his 14th win of the year. And Osgood, again, unable to beat Detroit. And it's not just him. He'll be 0-4-1 against his former team, the Red Wings.
The Blues had a tough game, not last Saturday when Detroit was here. Last Sunday, the day after, when they went into Dallas. And that was a really rough hockey game, too.
That was Paul Boyer, the equipment manager for the Detroit Red Wings, literally carrying the equipment. This is where the NHL might want to consider giving the refs the option of just saying, okay, the last 35 seconds go into the record book.
Game over.
Game over. We're out of here.
Goofy.
You know,
it's goofy. I agree.
We've had 161 penalty minutes before the penalties that are now being called. 161, and there are going to be a bunch more here, so it'll be well over that. And you can see that. Look at the benches. There's nobody there.
There are 8 skaters left for the Blues. 4, 6, 8, and 9 left for Detroit. 8 and 9.
Drop the puck, get it over with.
Still a 5-on-4.
Blues would love to start the postseason, but to ensure that, they'll have to keep all the big guns in the lineup these last 4 games, meaning no real rest before the toughest playoff in sports begins. The Edmonton Oilers have made the postseason again. And although they're sitting in the 8th and final playoff spot in the West, they have plenty to play for. Positioning. No one wants the top seed in the first round. It's a fight to the finish of the regular season. And it starts next on Fox Sports Net. Off check, grabbed a bit by Drake in the corner. Drake leaves the puck, and Dimitra has it. Into the middle. Bure, a shot, and somehow a save. Dimitra the rebound. Great pad save. Where's the puck? Somehow. Goaltender Jussi Markkanen has it. Markkanen, a great couple of saves there. The Blues do everything, Bernie, but score.
Great opportunity for Bure and Dimitra, but this is a nice play. As you see that Bure right in the hole, able to get the quick hard shot away. Dimitra picked up the rebound, tried to slide it right under the ice, and then when he got his own rebound, flipped it in the air, and I don't know how Markkanen got that. It was like picking cherries. He just got it. Was lucky to get it in his glove.
Here's Drake. Out in front. McInnes shoots. He scores! McInnes ties it at 1.
Now McInnes is not going to miss from there very often. Right in the middle of the slot. This line did a great job on the forecheck. Able to get the puck loose, spot out McInnes alone in the slot, and he finished it off as he beat Markkanen to the blow side, but here it is. Dallas Drake spotted. Al MacInnis right in the slot. No chance right off the post. We're tied at 1.
And the Blues hand the puck away. Ferguson shoots it in. Blues are changing. Then Walker a pass gets away. Quick shot. Osgood. What a save. What an unbelievable save by Chris Osgood on Brian Swanson. It's 1-1 here at Savas.
The Oilers tied at 1. A giveaway right here. Walker throwing the puck in the middle. Brian Swanson a great opportunity, but you see Osgood in great position right out in front of the crease.
Have to hope it isn't the Blues.
Yeah, I'd like to see them change that too and go to the top 16 all the way up.
Whoa, what a save by Osgood. Semenoff a shot. Osgood another save, loses his stick. It's handed to him, but we're going to get a stoppage in play here. Osgood has been sharp here in the first period.
Yes, he has. They're going to say this puck was hit with a high stick, so it's going to come outside the blue line. But look at this shot. Knocked the blocker stick right out of his hand, and then he was able to make the save here with the blocker without the stick in it. So good work there by Chris Osgood.
Gutsy. A gutsy performer all the time, and very gutsy in that instance to go after Brendan Shanahan. We had a couple of fights going at one time, and he went right after Shanahan while Jackman and Fedorov were at work nearby. Here's Dimitra in front. Mellanby a shot. He scores! Oh, baby! What a season for Mellanby! Another great setup from Dimitra, and the Blues lead it 2-1.
The Blues are capitalizing on mistakes in the Oilers zone, and this is one from good hard work and a lot of good forechecking. And you see Dimitra stealing the puck in the corner and getting it out to Mellanby, who just backed up. No chance here for Markkanen, as that shot was just inside the far post. The Blues lead 2-1. Lead, but the Blues came right back. Perfect shot by Al MacInnis off the post. That made it 1-1, and then another beautiful pass this time. Dimitra digging it out. Scott Mellanby backing up, and he put it in off the other post this time. So the Blues with a 2-1 lead.
And Mellanby not able to get in front. Corey Cross impeded his progress. This is Dimitra to Stillman. He scores! A one-timer. Mellanby screening in front. Stillman blasts it, and the Blues lead 3-1.
I don't believe Markkanen even saw this one at all, as this was a rocket. Mellanby was standing in front. Dimitra, a little shovel pass, and the one-timer right there. You see Mellanby in front. Now, I don't know if Mellanby touched it or not, but we'll have to take a look. But he was in front. No, I believe that went straight in. No chance. Markkanen did not see that at all. It was in and out before he knew it. The Blues have a 2-goal lead.
Now here's Hamanoff heading to the net. The shot. The puck is at the line. No goal. The light comes on. No goal. Don Koharski says no goal. Dimitra and Mellanby assisting on the Stillman goal with a little extracurricular shoving here.
I don't know why they're not saying this was a goal, but here's the play. Now the puck hit the post, and there it is. It's still underneath them, but the whistle must have went.
My guess is Koharski says I blew the whistle. Blues get it out, and Dimitra ends up with it. Dimitra can't center. Here's Stillman. To the net, the deflection, what a goal! Oh, baby! Pavel Dimitra. And a heads-up pass from Corey Stillman. The Blues up again by 2, 4-2.
When you're hot, you're hot. Dimitra just stuck out his stick there to try to deflect it, and it hit it, and it just crawled across the line to the right of Markkanen. But here's the little pass here, a little shot towards net. There's Dimitra. Deflecting enough, just going right down underneath that right pad of Markkanen. Here it is again. Like it had eyes. There wasn't much room there, but Dimitra snuck it in there. 3 points tonight now for Pavel Dimitra.
Osgood on Steve Stales, who used to be owned by the Blues. Hemsky leaves the puck for Isbister. Now behind the net to Hemsky, the youngster from the Czech Republic. Centers right out in front. Now cross a shot. Great save by Osgood. Hemsky trying to center. The puck deflects. Edmonton.
Good pressure by the Oilers to start this third period. And a huge save by Chris Osgood. Here's the pass from behind the net, just came out front. And there's the shot by Cross, a nice save with the blocker. He's made 2 or 3 good saves this period at all. And there's Barrett Jackman